Hey, what's going on? I think we got that right. Oh, that thing's still up. Hold on 1 second. Making sure it's not on auto. The what do you call it? Autofocus. Every time you move, it decides to blur you out. So you just got to turn it off. All right, let's see. Oops. Yeah, I guess that's all right. And we are here. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I've got a bunch of Instagram stuff here. I think tomorrow, if I have the time, got a couple orders to do, and hopefully more come in. But I will be attempting, if time permits, to do the AI thing already popped up. If time permits, I might do a Glidden-a-thon and play some of his greatest hits. Oops. Let's go into the chat real quick and just have a look, see how everybody's doing. All right, we got this. I gotta pull that up, and I'm gonna read something to you real quick too. So if you haven't already, in the chat you will see, bam. Go ahead and subscribe over there, yeah? All right, thanks. And whoops. Come on. What the heck? Jeez. Uncoordinated. That's what being unremarkable is all about. That's the website. And what else are we looking for? Why don't I see it? Oh, there it is. Paste. And that one can get pinned. Blink. All right, now we're good. It was a gymnastics night, so it's starting a little bit late today. Or what we could now call right on time for what's been happening usually or lately. I think someone sent this to me. Maybe I came across it myself, but it says a demon carefully paints its disguise before heading out into the world, depicted in a Qing Dynasty artwork from 1894. I find that pretty interesting. Wang Shang encounters a beautiful young woman and secretly brings her home, despite a Taoist priest warning him that she is not what she appears to be. Curious and suspicious, Wang eventually looks through a window and discovers the horrifying truth. A hideous creature is painting a human face onto a sheet of skin. It then puts the skin over its body, transforming itself into a beautiful woman. Wang turns to the priest for help, but the creature realizes its disguise has been discovered and violently attacks him. His devoted wife, Chen, is then forced to endure a humiliating ordeal in an attempt to save her husband. Yeah, okay. Wang is deceived partly because he wants to believe the woman is beautiful and harmless, even after being warned otherwise. The painted skin becomes a literal metaphor for how attractive appearances can conceal something far more dangerous underneath. That can apply to a lot of stuff. There we go.
My taxpayers gives this man the right to speak freely for the past 80 years. And let me tell you what he's doing. He might say that a couple of people will write to him. He is destroying tourism. I have received tens of thousands of messages from Americans saying we will not go to this country. that Iceland calls,
what a load of
President
crap.
Trump.
What a load of crap, honestly.
They call Trump Trump Hitler. No, this is an attack on American Jews. All
right, I'm going to give the final word to Samuel.
So
final word to Samuel.
Of course you will, because
you're not the summer school.
Final word to Samuel.
And I've
no, because you've been talking.
You've 2 against 1.
You've had twice the airtime that he's had. You've had twice the airtime that he's had. Samuel, final word to you.
Talk over the top of him.
Let me ask you, Rabbi, are you still in the country?
That is none of your business. Do you want your friends to come and beat me up? Do you want your friends to come and harass me? How dare you ask that? You are a dangerous man, and I will never tell you. God forbid. That just shows his intentions. Now you see his intentions.
Wow.
Now you
every single thing.
see his intentions. How disgusting a question.
How disgusting a human being, or whatever that is.
Are you the police? You know, in my country, impersonating the police is a felony.
All right, could you mute Rabbi Shmuley so I can hear the last word, please?
Wow.
Rabbi, be good. Let me finish.
Mute Rabbi Shmuley again so I can listen to Samuel. All right, Samuel, final word.
This question is because the International Court of Justice is, of course, is an ongoing investigation started by South Africa, I believe, accusing Israel of war crimes. Now, war crimes have an international response that they apply internationally, and they should be treated as such, and they should be punished as such. Now, quite recently, I don't know the exact date, Icelandic criminal law became intertwined with international war crime laws, meaning that if you are suspected of committing a war crime, aka a genocide, you can be arrested in our country. So that's why I asked, because if you're not out already, I would take your IDFs on and get the hell out while you still can.
My taxpayers gives this man the right to speak freely for the past 80 years.
Uh-huh. Yeah. 80 years, that's funny. What else has been going on for the past 80 years?
Have you seen the video of a cow being abducted on Spanish TV? Check this out, bro.
Yeah, this guy looks legit. I don't know why they did that to his face. That's weird. Why does he need anonymity? He's on a TV show. I think people know what he looks like. Watch this though. This is funny. It's hard to see probably, but look in the background.
Wait, I will slow it down. I don't know. You tell me. But here's the rest of the clip. Sure.
Wow. That's great. Cooter mugging. What?
You might look at this woman and believe that she's just
that one. Yep. We showed it. I don't know. Did I show you that video where the guy was verbatim being robbed? She's using other people's videos and reciting them verbatim, like a transcript, and just doing this thing, sitting this way while she does it.
some type of OnlyFans whore. She's just advertising her adult content using political narratives that she didn't write. She got from AI, somebody else wrote it for him, or she stole it directly from Twitter. But I commend this woman for her honesty and her transparency and her openness to the world, not just the openness of her land. See, some political content creators will take scripts directly from a company that's paying them, or a think tank, or some other person who is ghostwriting their content. We know this woman isn't writing this content. Political content creators will do anything for money, and so will this woman. Political content creators are sometimes paid by these advocacy organizations or even foreign governments. We don't have to wonder where this girl's money comes from. It comes from her being a whore. People are angry about this. They're critical of it. They're saying it's a grift. Yeah, no shit, but she's doing exactly what you're doing, and more effectively. What's the difference between a politician and a prostitute? They both whore themselves out to the public. They lie. They tell you what you want to hear. They want your money. They want status that they leech off of you. Whatever they're telling you, they don't actually mean it. People criticize this girl because she is everything that a political content creator is, laid bare on its face for the world. You might look at this woman.
That person said, nice tie. I concur. That's a good double Windsor he's got there.
They just proposed a law for a 100-foot buffer zone around all synagogues in America. You will be arrested and fined $2,500 if you do something that's interpretive as obstructive or protesting outside of a synagogue.
So even with
That's very preemptive, huh?
APAC and the ADL backing this, the core problems do not disappear. A fixed 100-foot buffer around places of worship before and after services, it restricts freedom of speech in a public space. Courts struck down smaller zones for being too broad. And while the worst behavior is already illegal, the bill's language and what counts is it says disrupting and impeding.
Does this sound a little bit like Noah Hyde being slowly implemented? Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Means vague enough. So this raises concerns for selective enforcement and chilling protected protest.
And this is right off the back with the military merger with Israel. They really have complete control over our Congress. They just proposed a law.
There you go. We'll go back to those ones later. Oh, this is nuts.
Take a look at this.
U.S. rent prices versus income since 1986. The blue line is you. The rent price is orange. Tech boom.
And the craziest part about this whole thing is that we pay more in taxes than food, clothing, and housing combined. Welcome to the golden age. Take a look.
There you go. I don't know if this is... Yeah, go for it.
Yo, some of these women just get old, they get in heat, and then they put out bait.
I don't know how to date casually. I'm not so good at it. As soon as I start like dating somebody, I just go into wifey mode and I want to take care of them. I want to nurture them. I want to like make their food and do their laundry and help clean their place. And hell, they could just move in and I'll take care of everything. I got it. And, you know, once a day, twice a day of, you know, that's what I want. And I guess that scares people off because I guess that sounds like commitment, but that's just how I show I love.
She says she don't know how to date casually. Little does she know, she date casually. So the laundry list of people that she says she has done this to make it seem like I'm in wifey mode. Nah, shorty, you just sucky $5. Granted, is she saying all the right things? Sure, but when you turn 40 years old and you're in heat and you got baby fever, this is what you turn into. This is your advertisement online to try to find someone to let them know, yo, I done sucked mad meats. You could be next. I'm the neighborhood bop. We get together, you move in, I do your clothes, and you can have that shit off rip. Where do I sign? And you'll see simps in the comments, oh my God, where do I sign up? Yes, queen, all this shit. Like, yo, y'all just falling for the bait real quick and y'all look stupid. You just can't fall for this shit. Do not forget, with every woman that looks like this,
you can't spell succubus without suck.
There's someone out there, in her case, multiple dudes that are tired of her shit. They all had this for a period of time, moved in, ran through this, got every hole, and now she's back out into the wild promoting herself like this. Would a wifey shorty promote herself like this? Ask that question, apply, 30-day trial, backshot trauma, mission complete. Yo, some of these women...
Well put. This one's great.
So someone who believes in triangles... I'm sorry, what was that?
Believe in triangles.
So someone who believes in triangles sent me this image.
Yep, that's what I thought she said.
And if I were a more reactionary person, I would go, yeah, that's proof they exist. But the thing is, this is just the outline. Where is he? Where is he? What you're not going to do is show me a paw print and tell me it's a dog. You're not going to show me a crop circle and tell me that's the spaceship that made it. Anyone could have made this. This is the narrative that they want you to think. Wake up, wake up. They're not real. You've never seen one. And if you had, you'd have more evidence than this.
Are you saying that, like, triangles aren't, like, naturally occurring geometric shape. They are. They are found in nature. There are people who don't believe in triangles.
So someone who believes in triangles.
This one says 2 + 2 = 5. 3 + 3 = fish.
Jeff Bezos is in the news right now because he says people are villainizing rich people. And it's like, no. People aren't villainizing rich people. Most people want to become rich, or at least live a very comfortable life. And if you have an outstanding company with an excellent service, you pay your employees a livable wage for them to be able to live a very comfortable life, you should become rich. You deserve to be celebrated. Props to you. But when you're worth a couple $100 billion, have a $500 million yacht, multiple $100 million mansions, and throw a $60 million wedding, all while a third of your workforce is on welfare because you don't pay them enough, and your company gets billions of dollars in tax breaks, you are a fucking villain. Doesn't seem that hard to understand to me. Jeff Bezos is in the news.
Right? Oh, man. Oh, boy.
So this is Tayshawn Gardner, and he broke into a woman's home with a firearm, held her at gunpoint, raped her, then looked at family photos on the wall, asked the woman if she had another person in the home for him to rape.
He's smoking my stick here. He's smoking the boom pole here.
Got up, walked down the hallway, and raped her 12-year-old daughter and her while filming it. 70 years in prison in Indianapolis. That's how long we got to pay for him because he did that. You know, it's almost like he gets rewarded. He gets a free 3 meals a day and a bed, paid for by us. So this is Tayshawn Gardner.
This woman said that? She said, let me guess, he is a good kid and cheat? Really? That face? That looks like such a nice, friendly face. Oh, this is horrible. This is disgusting. This is a Joy Swoll video, too. I was surprised he even went this. This is pretty far out of the gym.
Hurry up, the fuck?
The fuck prank. This is a prank? The fuck prank gone wrong. And then it's a criminal act. So here you go.
Hurry up, the fuck? Huh? Hurry up. Hurry up. Where my sauce at? I need more sauce. Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm not paying. Hurry up, the fuck?
You need to pay for it.
Well, hurry up.
You already have one.
Hurry up.
I'm not gonna give you another one. You gotta
hurry
pay
up.
for it.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
But you gotta pay for
hurry
it.
Up.
Watching this video, I have a couple questions. First off, what would your parents say if they saw this? If
she doesn't know her dad.
You're lucky enough to have your parents in your life. Didn't they raise you better? Because I know what my parents would say to me, let alone do to me. But then again, I come from the last generation of fuck around and find out, whereas your generation is the do as you please because there's no consequences. And secondly, what is so funny about this video? Going to that woman's job at Wendy's to harass her, be mean to her, then film it to post online to get other people to laugh at and make fun of her too? What's so funny about that? And I know you say that you went back, you apologized, and you showed her the video and she didn't care, which I doubt and think you just said because you got torn apart in the comments. But even if you did do that, how ironic that you don't post that video. You know, what a shame it is that people like you will do stuff like this and care more about getting views and engagement than being a good fucking human being. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
There you go. That's his catch line. Mind your own business, even if it doesn't apply.
So they're now talking about opening up brothels for illegal immigrants.
There's a bunch of these flooding through Instagram right now. People on the story talking about it.
Watch this.
The obvious thing that 1,200 young men are going to need in the middle of a village like Little Piddington is a brothel.
Could it honestly get any worse at this point? They're going to dump 1,200 male migrants into a tiny village in Oxfordshire with a population of like 350 people. and they're worried that these migrants are going to end up raping all the girls in this little village. Well, maybe just deport them, but instead of deporting them, they're going to set up tax-funded brothels for illegal migrants who have invaded our country.
And who's going to pay for the services? Because they're not. The taxpayers again. They're paying for someone else's boom boom time. That's terrific. It's so blatant and in your face and an insult and an outrage every single day. Every single day there's more. The people persecuted, oppressed, suppressed, of all the things, smeared in media, called racist, called whatever else because they don't want the invasion, and yet they still do this type of crap right in your face just to let you know who's in charge. Oy vey.
And they're worried that they're going to rape everyone, so instead of deporting the threat, they're going to...
They're not deporting the threat, they're importing the threat on purpose.
Try to neutralize the threat by using taxpayers' money to set up brown brothels for these illegal invaders to have their way with some prostitute. Instead,
see how many people are going to be murdered in that brothel, I wonder. And who's going to sign up for that duty? Some 70 IQ light bulb head? Is that what you want inside you?
Of raping girls like they usually do. And who's to say this is even going to be an effective solution? I mean, they're probably still...
A solution for what? This is going way too far beyond the fact that this is not... should not even be considered at all. I'm not even talking about the brothel. I'm talking about bringing in people who don't belong. Who you know have a propensity for violent criminal acts that destroy people's lives. And it's knowing full well that that is a high probability, you're still bringing them into a small community because this is the whole point, obviously. And then to combat it, you're not trying to combat it. You're trying to bring in perversion and depravity into a town. It's not to alleviate anything. It's just to exponentially exacerbate a situation. Because when they get all rape crazy because of the brothel, they're still going to go into that town and do whatever they want. Unhinged evil.
Well, we're going to rape, but they're going to have prostitutes on the side. So they're now talking about...
Yeah. There should be a few more of those. Let me see if I can find the other one real quick. That goes with it. I'll scroll back down later. There's some cute animal ones in here too. Where are we at? I hope I posted it. That one's a good one too. I gotta make sure we get to that. Oh, before we get there, let's have a look at this. Democrat Governor Maura Healey. Remember, females should not be in government. Because the ones that they select for that are the wrong people. Right? She's got an awful lot of pens. That's a lot of pens. There's like 15 of them right there too. And this is Jack Noble's post. It says, it went from a clump of cells to a full-grown 9-month-old baby real quick. Democrat Governor Maura Healey just signed a bill allowing for abortions up to day of birth in the state of Massachusetts. You know what that's called? Murder. Infanticide, but murder. Could you imagine delivering and then saying, yeah, kill it? At that point, how do you still have jurisdiction or the override? Like any of that argument that it's not its own sovereign life kind of goes out the window. Wow. That's in Massachusetts, not some jacked up country. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. It is a jacked up country. And Jack calls himself the psychopath. Hardly, man. And look at this. Of course, there'd be somebody named Moon Magic Coaching. Moon Magic. Moonies. You know what cult that is, right? They do an awful lot of murder, even if they don't personally. the moon cult is part of the Saturn cult. It says a lot of the wording around this sounds shocking without the medical context. Oh, here we go. Yes, revert back to the cult of medicine, which is also a genocidal eugenics program for some context. These laws aren't about someone deciding at the last minute that they don't want a baby. You sure? They affect women experiencing miscarriages, severe pregnancy complications. Yeah, this is slippery slope, they call that, buddy. Infection and devastating fetal diagnosis. That all happens well ahead of the day of delivery. That's all determined through ultrasounds, 3D, 4D imaging, even. That none of that makes any sense. What they just said. There have been situations where doctors were afraid to intervene because of restrictive laws. Wait, hold on. I could understand some measures taken to save the mother and the baby, but to say, hey, let's whack the baby because mom said so, you're looking at something totally different. Oh, they gave us permission to have another sacrifice and we can use their body parts. We can sell them. This baby's worth millions. Some people will eat them. Some people will use the organs for other things. Well, women became dangerously sick waiting. This is the craziness of this. I want to see what the replies are. I understand why the wording can make people emotional, but there's a huge difference. I'm not saying this, remember, this is this person. And this isn't Jax. This is somebody who replied to him. There's a huge difference between the way it gets presented online and the reality of the emergency obstetric care. Sometimes giving doctors more legal room. Yeah, that's what we need to do. The same people that very aggressively and with the force of law sometimes, meaning CPS and social workers and police, make damn sure that your children get all of the medical therapies and treatments that they demand they get. Poisons. If you don't want to poison your child and you're in the grips of the system, they will tear the child away from you and do all the poisoning that they intended to do against your will. And if you're at the hospital delivering and they take the baby out of the room, it's been documented multiple times that the nurses don't listen to whether or not you wanted them vaccinated or not, because they were doing the right thing by disrespecting your wishes, your command, and injecting your child with poison on the first day of its birth. It says sometimes giving doctors more legal room to be evil is about that. I put that part in. Is about protecting your woman's life and health when something has gone terribly wrong. That is nonsense. And this person says, this is one called Anxious Honey Badger, says, but it's not the wrong wording when it's not the wrong wording when this law allows for any circumstance. Nothing has to be wrong with baby or mother in the new law. When something has gone terribly wrong, please save my baby before saving me. Right. Oh my God, this is such crap. This person says, amen. Someone is actually educated on this. And then says, no thanks, save me over my baby. The rest of my family need me, and I would literally not survive without me. What the hell? It says, save me over my baby. Yeah, this is somebody who's hypotheticaling because they would definitely not, or they shouldn't be a mother if that's the case. Yeah, that's more like it. Quite evil. So they're going to decide. They're going to get in the ear of the mother who's going through a bunch of hormonal upheaval and whisper doubt and ideas into their ear. That's what this is actually saying. The legislation updates Massachusetts abortion law by allowing physicians to rely on their professional medical judgment. This is the load of shit that we have believed for way too long. Consistent with accepted standards of care. The standards of care that murder people. Right. But they're saying it flat out. When providing abortion care later in pregnancy. Abortion care. That's a funny phrase or term. Abortion care. I don't think those two should go that close to each other, those words. I cared so much. Abortion care. Yeah, that's real nice. That's real. Thank you for the wonderful intervention of murder. The law is intended to ensure that patients facing devastating fetal diagnoses, serious pregnancy complications, all that stuff is known well in advance, can receive timely timely murder of their child. Why are you soft? Why are you sugarcoating this bullshit without unnecessary legal uncertainty? Oh yeah, so it's protecting the doctors. That makes perfect sense. Protect the cult at all costs. Right. Just give the child up for adoption, and there's going to be who pay this person if it's already dead. Like, these people are fucking retarded and they're evil. And this person said, "Thank you, Beans." It says a stillborn and an abortion. She says 8 two different. I think maybe that was a Freudian slip, but are 2 different things, bro. Stop supporting child sacrifice. And that person, she thinks it's disgusting. Oh, God. So apparently a lot of women don't know what birth control is. Yeah, that's true. That's not abortion anymore. It's murder, says Bales here. That's enough of that shit. Where were we headed? We were headed to see the other part of that one. I hope I saved it. Our buddy. Yeah, this guy's cool. He did a good one. Oh, here it is. Is this the one? No, what were we looking at? This is a different one, but we were looking at something else. Hold on. I'll find it. That lady. I think my friend sent it to me. Oh, you know what? I bet it's a lot easier just to go here. There it is. So it says, interesting that Edwina Curry sees an opportunity for pimps to make money running brothels around asylum hotels. What is it? Excuse me. What is Edwina Curry's religious and ethnic background, do you ask? Former conservative minister. Conservative. Let that sink in. Edwina Curry suggests a policy of brothels in villages near asylum seekers. Asylum seekers. You mean invaders. Invaders with the backing of the Oy Vey cult. The banking cult. Near asylum seekers as a way to reduce sexual violence. And then one day, for no reason at all, she's last name was actually Cohen. Was that a surprise? Was born in 1946 in Liverpool to an Orthodox Jewish family of Ashkenazi background with ancestry from Ukraine and Poland. Raised Jewish, she has described herself as a lapsed Jew who is not blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Right? Is that the only one I have of that one? Yeah. Now I got to go all the way back up again. We'll take a look at the chat here in just a minute. They get their own private police that hides their horrible crimes, right? They're not going to police themselves. That's definitely they're going to intervene when their people are doing wrong, and they're going to persecute the shit out of anybody that's not part of their little death cult. You get police who arrest you for saying a word at a park, right? And we talked about that yesterday. Additionally, Brooklyn Shamrim organizers have been accused of withholding information on suspected child molesters and other Jewish criminals in keeping with an interpretation of the Torah prohibition against Mesra, informing on a fellow Jew to the non-Jewish authorities. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I believe it's also probably backed by the Talmud. And this person said, "Oy vey." The German secret police were so terrible. So terrible. Terrible. Ours are so chosen and good, the best ones. They shoot people for putting bacon on a bagel. Now, someone sent Mike sent this to me, Michael Burgess, and I thought it was pretty funny. He said, "Why can't all hand rubbers be like this?"
You might wondering why this fly twists its head off in play? Well, the fly here is rubbing its hands together, but unexpectedly, while doing so, it twists its head off, yet it can continue to rub its hands. So what's happening here? In fact, the fly doesn't intentionally twist its head off. It's related to its habitual hand rubbing. So it's totally an accidental injury. Flies like to rub their hands continuously to clean food residues off their legs, reducing their body weight to make their movements more agile. However, while rubbing their hands because they're so close and the hand speed is too fast, they sometimes accidentally twist their heads off. They might think the detached head is newly acquired food, so they keep rolling it to feel it. Flies have a unique body structure. Their respiratory system is located on both sides of the abdomen, so even though they lose their head, they can still breathe and won't die immediately. However, they can no longer see and will ultimately starve to death. You might wondering why this fly twisted.
God. It's like they can live without a brain. It's just nerves and lungs. That's interesting. It's a zombie fly. It's a zombie hand rubber, actually. Politicians, when you ask them why they represent a foreign government and not you, I ate a baby. I ate a baby.
There's a new trans fight club and it's lit.
Let's go, trannies, let's go! Welcome to Queer Bash, a Denver fight club for transgender athletes. As combat sports organizations increasingly exclude trans women from competing in women's division.
Well, yeah, duh. You want a guy who cuts off his dick or pretends to, or just puts on women's clothing to beat up on girls because they can't fight their own. They still have the same strength. So they should be fighting other men. That this shouldn't even be something that has to be discussed or iterated at all in a non-crazy world. The scales are very, very unbalanced. The level of outrage and hatred and spite and persecution that happens for doing absolutely nothing versus completely blatant perversion, insanity, and wickedness. And yet that passes as you're just being a bigot if you disagree with it. And then they'll just focus on you rather than the insanity and the wickedness and the evil that they're promoting and supporting and making mainstream and normal.
This local group provides a safe haven for them to fight. And beyond that, Queer Bash serves as a fundraiser for 36 Chamber, which provides free weekly self-defense classes for members of the LGBTQ plus community.
Now we're talking. This is what I would call it too. Queer Bash and let's go trannies, let's go. We finally found the overlap. We found the common ground. Dana White needs to see this. This is better than Slapbox or whatever that thing he does. I'd go. I'd pay-per-view buy it and
Tickets
be
are
like,
$5.
you guys come over. I'm making food for the trans Queer Bash.
You go to the Queer Bash?
Hell yeah, brother.
And it's gonna be not in a bad way. It's not in a hate crime kind of
It's like
way.
you bashing them.
Juicing would be missing an estrogen injection.
Yeah.
Juicing would be letting a month go by
before your fight.
Yeah.
There's a new trans fight.
That's a good one, the last part there. No, this is real fighting. He's so cute. What a cute puppy. He's bear hugging him. He's like, we're not done playing yet. He bit his butt. He will be missed. I don't think this is real at all, but it is funny, I guess. This whole thing looks staged and ridiculous and stupid, but it's just no. But we'll watch it anyway.
Response from our shareholder.
Watch the girl in the white, obviously, because that's where your eyes were anyway.
From our Q1 results and
Just the whole face, the whole everything about that. It's so staged. It doesn't necessarily have to be AI, but it definitely looks like a skit. Yeah, just happened to be filmed and zoomed immediately. Sure, Jan.
Did you drop something? They're not good. What can I say? These women are.
So yeah, his take on this is completely invalid. That O-ring is no longer within factory specs. No wonder where to catch it, someone asks. She probably farted and forgot it was in there. See, people actually believe something like that. Modern females are truly cooked. People aren't smart, man. I think I tried too hard. Go meet an actual woman instead of watching them on a screen. Oh boy. And then this is someone actually taking other stupid people's comments seriously. And then here comes a voluntary cell instead of an involuntary cell, right? Not an incel. Actual women. Is women a word that is not allowed to be used? Why are you putting X's in there, weirdo? Are actually repulsive degenerates. Does he have any multicolored flags on his profile, I wonder? Ghost face Chilla. Yeah, you look like a low testosterone dude. You're gay. Literally no one cares. That's hilarious. Ah! See the hole? No. Whee! Y'all believe this was real life. It's a skit. That's what I said. It's probably promoting a OnlyFans or something. But it's so funny how people just roll with everything. Like they have no discernment whatsoever. Don't tell her company secrets. She has loose lips. Whoa. And this person said definitely a butt plug. That was their contribution. If that big joint fall out, oh my god, I can't handle people who don't know how to write. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's appears to be a white person talking black. If that big joint fall out that easy, then her starfish looser than, and the wrong then, right? It's than a tooth on a boxer fighting Tyson in his prime. Wow, that's a lot of what the. Speaking of cooked. And here's some more holes.
One more over there, bigger one for you.
I love traveling because you learn so much. Like, now I know how the Vietnamese survived during the war. And there's a little piece of wood there.
So, you can do the video if you want to. First, you get your body down. And then take care of the camouflage, or they're gonna find you, okay? Yeah, put it more.
This is what you do when she's looking for more child support after you said you wanted your child. You hide in the hole here. Or when it's tax season.
Lift it up. Straighten up your arms and get down. Remember to straighten your arms or you're gonna get stuck.
Oh my god.
Or you're gonna get stuck.
Same way you get out. Arm first and then body out. Okay? Disappear. Totally disappear. Can you imagine that? There's one in your garden like this? It's scary, right? Yeah, that's how we survive and get down. Oh, wait.
Can you imagine if there's little Asian men hiding in your garden right now? That was an actual question he asked.
Oh, by the way.
You didn't see me, did you?
One more over there, bigger one for you.
Oh, he came out the other side. It was the same guy. I guess that was a little tunnel route. Clever. Now we know how the UAVs move around your local cities. Oh, look, they have small hats. That's too bad. I was hoping for more out of them. It's unlikely that you've seen gophers from this angle.
Да на, что ты забираешь в него?
Ava, knock you over. He's gonna eat your hat. Careful. Oh, okay. He's good. Wow. What a bunch of crackers. If you're registered as an organ donor, this is true, and brought to an ER, and then you don't have to be in a near-death state. The hospital sees you as a $1 million bag of cash, not a human. Right, and you know, sometimes they push you the rest of the way, even if you're not even halfway. It's a true story. What do you think the NIH protocols did? That preserved a lot of organs in those COVID patients. Trach you, fuck up your lungs and your respiratory system so you can't actually survive it most of the time. Fill your kidneys with water by shutting them down with some, what do you call it? What was that one thing called? Start with an R. It's a thing that put Dr. Artist pretty much on the map, even though that was all manufactured. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it kills your kidneys and then you fill up with water. So maybe they won't use the kidneys, but they use everything else. That's only if they do it that way. It was something remdesivir. Because run death is near, right? Remdesivir. Some more animals for us. He's not gonna cut its head off, I promise. That's a funny one. Those ears. He thought he was about to cut it off. Cut it. Yeah, no. He's just moving it out of the way. Oh, here's Jax, our buddy here. Me preparing for the documentary about the parties.
All right, all jokes aside, though, is nobody going to point out that it's the exact same kitchen? That is the exact same kitchen. It's not a green screen. Go look. And he even made a cheese pizza reference. I might have to take his ass out, I'm not going to lie.
Does that look like a false background, though? You can never tell. This whole thing could be completely fake. You see that? Sure you do, right? Alex Sanders, 1926 to 1988, Wiccan high priest, known widely as the King of the Witches. I don't know why he wouldn't call himself a warlock. He was the co-founder of the Alexandrian Wicca tradition alongside his wife, Maxine Sanders. And they had a little guy named Bernie. Just kidding. Absolute Judaism. Well. Oh, I have to go to the app for the picture. Both of these things are incorrect. It's the Remphan star, buddy. It's a literal symbol of child sacrifice and Saturn. So yeah, Star of David, quote unquote. Well, at least you put it in quotes, and it's just the seal of Solomon. No, it isn't. Not all that shit's made up. Solomon who? David who? There you go. Now we know why Pooh got famous. Nurse Ashley. Was she the gym nurse? Reflex! Christ is king! Tengu, fear the samurai. That's right. That's right. Now yeah, our buddy Clayton too. There was some stuff up here that I thought was pretty interesting. And then we'll go back down again. Zip, zip, zip. You saw that one. Yeah, we saw that one already. I'm with you, bro. Waiting for an old rich cougar to slide into my DMs, like. Oh, I guess they didn't like his music. They cut it.
If you ever find yourself needing to strangle somebody, it's important to remember these tips and tricks. On each side of the windpipe, there's 2 carotid arteries running vertically. These act as primary suppliers of oxygenated.
If Dexter did DIYs or, informative webinars.
Blood to the brain. Compressing them causes rapid cerebral hypoxia. In other words, a lack of oxygen to the brain. This will cause them to lose consciousness briefly. It only takes 6 to 10 seconds, but that's only what they say on Google. I can promise you it's 12 to 15. In 3 to 5 minutes, your victim will expire. Follow for more tips and tricks. If you ever find yourself needing to strangle someone,
things come in handy at the weirdest times. You never know when something can have a practical use, so it's best just to have the knowledge and just file it away. Oh, I found this very not surprising because we know what Sacha Baron Cohen is. He's a POS. But here you go. It's like that, eh? All right, after this one, we'll check the comments, the chat.
Sacha Baron Cohen just announced the upcoming release of his secret movie project, Ollie G, who...
He's resurrecting that from, 1995? Remember the Ollie G craze? It was him doing his characters in, short sketches on an HBO show. Ollie G was one of them. I think that's where Borat came from. And then he has that Bruno gay dude that he... The things that they consider funny are always mean-spirited, dark mockery, and perversion that makes you feel uncomfortable and icks you out. But that's the oy vey humor. It's called demoralizing you. Morality, goodbye. When you start laughing at this type of shit, it gets really evident that we've lost something, like our soul.
Is I. Many people know Cohen for his tired stereotypes and unfunny jokes, but few people know just how much his career has been aided by his close relationships with both the CIA and Mossad.
Which is essentially the same thing with 2 different names.
In an interview with David Letterman, Baron Cohen casually admitted that the CIA directly helped him film his 2009 movie, Bruno, setting up interviews and scenes for it. And the movie was also made in collaboration with the US military.
So we called up a contact we had at the CIA and said, can you help us? We're looking to find a terrorist.
Bruno has a contact at the CIA.
Bruno doesn't, but I knew somebody who did.
Right.
And who can forget Sacha Cohen's film, The Dictator, a comedy movie that attacked Libya's Colonel Muammar Gaddafi.
That's horrific that they would do that to that man. Telling you, they sculpt your perception of things over time. People who don't know because they were born too late to know and have experienced. People who didn't even know at that time. People who weren't seeking everybody get a fair shake and be acknowledged for their good deeds. People who just let the TV dictate to them what's real. I mean, we just saw what that person... The people were commenting as if that butt plug thing was a real thing. And acting as if, because they have their own agenda of being, belligerent and hostile about something. So whenever they have the opportunity, they don't use discernment. They just make themselves look foolish. But to do it to this guy, we understand just how amazing that country was, do we not? The irrigation for all of Africa, the dinar. They didn't have an electric bill. When you got married, you got a home. There were so many. The taxes, practically nothing. 14 cents a liter for gasoline. The natural resources, he nationalized them and then shared that wealth with the people. So they didn't have practically any bills. and they were able to thrive because when a country isn't parasitically and predatorily going after you and sapping and siphoning your energy and resources from you, but rather sharing it as if it's one big family or one big, you can even say company, community, everybody prospers. The opposite is what we have here because we know the people who run the place. Same people that murdered him. And then you mock it after the fact to show just how wickedly evil, and they have to gloat like little children and rub it in people's faces. And the people who laugh at shit like that, once you realize, if you ever realize it, that it was a parody, mockery of a very good man that we need more of in this world, it gets a little despicable. And don't tell me that this guy is your average everyday like Arab, or I think they said he was a Bedouin. You know, he's got some of our people's blood running through his veins.
Written and produced at exactly the moment NATO was working with radical terrorist groups to overthrow Libya and turn it into a failed state full of open-air slave camps.
On your mark, get set.
Sasha also stars in The Spy, a miniseries directed by former IDF paratrooper Gideon Raff. The Spy idolizes Israeli secret agent Eli Cohen, a real-life character who infiltrated Syrian society to help Israel win the 1967 war. The series, which, just like Bruno and the Dictator, reproduces the backwards Muslim trope, spreading Islamophobia, was also made in close collaboration with the Israeli National Security State.
Of course it was.
The Washington Post even noted that The Spy is being used as a Mossad recruitment tool.
Well, there were two books about him that we read. We spoke to the family, we spoke to some of his handlers at the Mossad.
Sasha has proudly boasted that he sees himself in Eli Cohen and claimed that what they do is rather similar. Most of his fans don't even know
what we do is rather similar, so he's a propagandist. And he's an enemy of our people, of the people of America. Essentially what he's saying is if he's assisting Israel in winning a war against Syria, where he was planted, well, what does that say about wherever the hell he goes? He's a subversive and he's an insurgent on behalf of the cult. And welcomed with open arms here because the cult already owns this place.
Sasha even lobbied TikTok to have stricter content moderation, or in other words, crack down on criticism of Israel during the genocide in Gaza. Coming from one of England's richest and most notable families, friends of his have remarked that Sacha Baron Cohen has always been an extreme Zionist in his youth, even going to live on an Israeli kibbutz. He idolizes Israeli President Shimon Peres and traveled to meet him in 2012.
Shimon Peres, does that make him Sephardic with a name like that?
And continues to support Israel's current wars against Iran, Lebanon, and Gaza, where it commits war crimes, and he opposes BDS until this day. Therefore, maybe we should see all of his films not as clever satire, but more tired racism from some rich Zionist.
There you go. The more you know. Let's see what we got here. Urvasa. Oh, Edward Snowman. Hello, sir. And thank you. Thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. Edward Snowman and all of you, if you'd like to, you can also support the show with the Buy Me a Coffee link up here. Thank you very much, Edward, for helping keeping not just me, not just the show, but this house going. I mean, this is where we're at right now. Everything is kind of like, I don't know. I can't make sense of shit right now. Doing my best. And I feel like sometimes I'm chasing my own tail, but I don't have a tail. So it's been weird. It's been very stressful lately. I know. I feel like I'm just, and then it'll be woohoo again. But it's just that time in between is very, very unsettling. And it shouldn't be settling, because then you would relax, and you can't relax when you have a problem to solve, right? The YouTube link is here for the Wisdom Fitness AZ, which is the Fitwit channel. Please go over there and subscribe. And the Semper Fi link, the code Paratus is active again for a limited time, so you can use that for 15% off. If you're a creatine fan, that makes that creatine very inexpensive. And there's also all the hot sauces, you know, like this guy, the spicy avocado, and the award-winning hummus with garbanzo beans and cumin. Tastes like a spicy hummus, nice and thick. You can spread it with a butter knife. Toba Super Volcano. Lots of Carolina Reaper in that guy. The Venom, Cayenne Serrano Habanero Thai Chili Pepper. Wait, hold on. Cayenne Serrano Habanero Thai Chili Pepper, Trinidad Scorpion Pepper, and Smoked Ghost Pepper. It's been a while since I've been at the store. And then this is one of our 2 hottest sauces that have a little bit of an extract in it. Most of my hot sauces don't. There's only 2 that do. And this is one of them. It's a blueberry supernova with blueberry pomegranate juice in it. All right. All right. Everybody says, hey there, wood chipper, Queer Bash League. And then he says, I am happy to see people using these emojis for the... Yep. Exactly. All right. Did I jump over some stuff? Oh yeah, this is kind of funny. She's explaining how you stop that push kick, right? Now watch.
I'm currently suffering from the flu, so there won't be many poses and I'll be kind of slow today. But that doesn't mean that you get to suffer and miss out from some kind of martial arts lesson. And today's lesson is on practical application, which is basically the difference between knowing something and then being able to do that thing. In the video, she demonstrates pretty decent parrying technique.
You have to demonstrate not just in play or not just in pantomime, but in action, right? You have to, you could have all the answers in the world. You could be a very good teacher, actually. They say that those who can do, those who can't teach. That's not always true. And I'm thinking, of course, in my head, I don't like even bringing up teachers because what they call teachers at schools are not that at all. They're agenda-pushing, politicized a-holes for the most part who want to get into your child's head and ruin their lives and your relationship with them. So they're predatorial. Most of the time you see the examples that that's true. I'm sure that's not an across the board thing, but when you have states funding or federal government funding any institution, they then become more like the evil that is funding them because they have to abide by whatever they dictate once they start taking that money. Same held true with the naturopathy schools that then started turning into green allopathy schools because they started taking insurance money, which means they had to allow for allopathic methods to corrupt their school and corrupt their curriculum, making nothing natural like true allopathy or true naturopathy anymore. That's why Dr. Glidden is such a unique individual. He came in just before the bad, and he was one of the few to experience, who's still practicing right now, one of the few to experience the purity and also have the mindset to understand the difference because he had it in his mind. He had already had the understanding that you don't want to go that route and how detrimental it is. Some people, they just choose something because they think it's a neat, niche, but they don't fully respect it and recognize how adverse and how incorrect and how inverted the allopathic method is when it comes to health, as if it was designed to harm. Gee, I wonder how that happened.
For knocking that kick out of the way. Clearly though, all she has done is demonstrate that technique. Because when it came time to practically apply that parry to a real kick coming her way, she was sent to oblivion. Think of this like owning a book, but you're illiterate. It's really just for show, because you have no means of applying or understanding the knowledge that it contains. And all that is to say, when you learn a new technique, don't just practice it on a stagnant, willing opponent. Practice it on someone who wants to kick you in the sternum really hard. Or, you know, just practice it on someone who's not willing to make it super easy for you.
That's it. One more time.
I'm currently...
That's just too funny. Chewing flag. Oh, that's good stuff. Breaking. Lead investor behind Flock Camera Technologies caught funding a firm that is able to locate, hack, and alter both live and archived security camera footage without a detectable trace. Guess who he is linked to? Police in Wisconsin used Flock Camera Tech to track a man across state lines to create a pretext to search his car for weed. So, what did they just tell you? That whole, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. Well, what is doing, first of all, we're not children and we're not prisoners, but we are. That type of mentality is a prisoner or slave mentality. Who are the authority? Who is the false authority that gets to dictate? Because they're not without sin. They're quite the opposite, in fact. To tell you or to police or to enforce morality, which is not about morality at all. It's not about morals or what's right. Laws don't, anything that it could be nearly impossible or very difficult just by living your life naturally to not infringe upon, like you're gonna break that new rule, that new law, simply by existing. That's setting you up, right? Now they're not even going to wait for you to slip up with all the million cameras. No, they're going to take that footage and alter it to make it appear like you've done something wrong. So this is not even like, this is where I guess the realm of deepfake, it's a deepfake that protects all the bad people when they get caught doing actual weird, evil, horrific stuff to the innocent. Oh, it was just a deepfake. Oh, that Clinton thing. No, there's going to be too many deepfakes out there. It's a deepfake, and they started spreading all that bullshit during like the QAnon era. Oh, it's all deepfakes, deepfake. Well, they do make those, yeah. That makes it more confusing because simply putting out deepfake stuff, and then you can always say, well, it's always deepfake, and you have the AI. Oh, the AI it's how do you detect? Oh, AI will tell you if it's AI. Oh, thanks. But this is where we're at. If they don't like you, if they want you gone, and you don't have to do anything to make that happen, is my point and has been my point. You don't have to do anything to a wickedly evil system or cult that is free of any conscience and completely disregards right from wrong and want to make your life hell. Simply because they can. And they feel it's their moral, in their mind's moral, or their obligation, their biblical bullshit or cultish obligation to ruin everyone. You could just be doing a good, leading by a good example. And they don't want that. They don't want people to be inspired. So make your public presence or create situations, create evidence of situations that would make you look less than wonderful in the eyes of the public, and then the court of public opinion will be against you for doing nothing wrong. And then they'll be cheering your prosecution. Because when it's the system itself involved in creating the fraudulent evidence, who's going to be there to check that? You think a lawyer is going to check that? Do you think a system that is deliberately doing this to you is going to allow any evidence that counters what they're claiming? Look, it's right there. People trust their eyes. Let's go right back to that butt plug thing again. There's not a lot of bright people out there who use discernment or think to themselves, wait a minute, this looks pretty real, but how does this make sense? Right? Something's up because it doesn't make sense. No, nobody's going to go that deep. They're just emotionally triggered, and they're easily steered and guided. And nobody likes to think outside of what everybody else is flooding in with their thoughts and ideas of, over. So, flock camera technology is caught funding a firm that is able to locate, hack, and alter both live and archived security camera footage without a detectable trace. No, it'll be even less detectable if they're in control of all the sources of that, and they won't allow it for discovery or whatever. A judge can jump in that and say no. But they want you, they will take you down. And keep this in mind, because as we proceed into this hell to come panopticon of surveillance, more and more people who are strong, good role models are going to start to be taken down. Maybe silently, maybe in a public display to disgrace them and mock them and make people turn against them. But all of our chess pieces will be removed from the board before the real game even starts. Israeli firm. Oh, did you expect anything less? Israeli firm plans expanding its deployment of video altering tech. Why? That's in 2022. Toka sells hacking technologies capable of finding, assessing, and manipulating security and smart camera footage. Is this going to be also used for body cam? Oh, is that? Oh, the cop didn't do anything. That somebody altered that. Co-founded by former Israeli Prime Minister. Oh, look, there's that guy's name again. Oh, no, it's a different guy. Ehud Barak. And former Israeli Defense Forces cyber chief. Is that Yaron Rosen? Toka sells technologies that allow clients to locate security cameras or even webcams within a given perimeter, hack into them. This is why you don't use Wi-Fi ones, right? Watch their live feed and even alter it. Closed circuit is about the only thing you can have that isn't going to be able to be manipulated against you, hacked, and used as a weapon. And past recordings. Why is this allowed? Why is this lawful? Why is this legal? Because it's the cult. If anybody else created this software and used it for, I don't know, I can't think of a righteous reason to do something like this. I don't care about the context. Just because the evil does it doesn't mean that we can do it back, right? But if anybody outside of the control arm of the cult, if you want to call it government or these evil, wicked actors, if it didn't come from them, they'd be fearful that it would be used against them and they wouldn't allow it. But if it's coming from them, then obviously they're not going to use it against themselves. I don't drink soda. I had a couple when I was really, really hot. Those couple times when I was over at the farmers markets, because it was over 110 degrees, and I was setting up in like the hottest part of the day, which is around 4:30. And that's true, though. Did you know that? Like the angle of the sun allegedly makes it more intense, but it was pretty hot. And I had to do a bunch of stuff, and it was pouring, and I had to change my shirt like 3 different times. The third time two other times. The one I came in with had to change again, and then finally I had I stayed with the last one. It's the only one I had left. So I don't drink soda very often at all. And after watching this, you probably never will either. Because if you think that these stores have some sort of like protocol to protect the public and protect no, they don't. You don't know about it. It'd be hard for you to figure out how you got sick. And the whole point is to make the goy ill. So who would champion or crusade against stuff like this? have a look at what this shit is, and then tell me you would drink a fountain drink ever again. I don't think you should drink drinking soda at all. And when I did a couple times, it was diet. Not that that makes it any better. And it was because I was severely thirsty and I just needed something to. I was drenched. And I had that one here that night, but that was actually it was a what do you call it? Leftover from being at one of those places where it was super, super hot. And I'll go seek it. And after seeing this, I don't think you'll ever go to these fountain drinks again either. I've smelled things in stores. Like there's a Circle K up our road. And, excuse me, there was a horrific smell in there that I couldn't stand. I couldn't go in there for like months. And then one day I had to go in there and I was like preparing to, plug my nose or whatever because I just wanted to grab a couple energy drinks out of the cooler on my way to go someplace else, and I was kind of in a hurry. And I walked in there and I didn't smell it as strongly, but I smelled like something that smelled like it was covering up an odor. And then more recently, I because I had that experience where it wasn't that bad, I went back in to grab some more energy drinks. Basically all I buy there, and the Ghost energy drinks. And I didn't smell it at all. But previously, when I smelled it that horribly and for so long, they said that it was something in their drain. I'm like, something in your drain smells like it's worse than a dead animal. And I said, and you guys are still selling the drinks? It's like, are you sure it's the drain? Are you sure it's the drain? Or are you just telling people it's the drain so they think it's beyond the lines that you have for sale? You're selling the soda out of these lines.
So then run your zip tie up into that.
And this isn't even one of those super intricate ones. This is just those stupid boxing ones like they have at the movie theater. I used to work at Hoyt's when I was in high school, and we had the boxes with the we call them water babies or whatever, but they were the bag in the box, and you can get so much soda out of that one stupid box. Like people, you have to be paying like, especially at a movie theater, you're probably paying like $2,000. It's like a 2,000% markup or more. Definitely. And here, like most of the places, even if it's 79 cents, you're probably getting a penny's worth of syrup. Look at that. Look at that. It kind of looks a little perverted. It's got a thick zip tie in there. And that's the line. And that goop on the outside, they claim it says something about plastics, sludge, mold, biofilm, and rancidity. So sludge, mold, biofilm, and rancidity build up inside the lines. I think they said something about plastic, or maybe I was getting that from the biofilm. No, I don't know. It says, now imagine your gut. Excess soda and processed foods feed yeast, harmful bacteria, mold, and parasites while creating an environment where inflammation can thrive. Now she's talking about her stuff because she's trying to sell detox stuff. It says this is a drain line for fountain drinks. The same thing can happen in ice machines too. So they're still saying this is a drain. So this would probably be what the smell was at that store. But if that line is that poorly maintained, what do you think about the lines that are leading into the bags and then into the fountain itself? If they'll allow this to get that bad, and man, that dude has a lot of liver spots. He eats a lot of fried food.
Just try to twist it as best you can. You can pull this.
Ugh. What the fuck? Good Lord, man.
Keep twisting it.
Ugh.
Okay, now pull it out. Pull it all the way.
That's it. We're good. What? Don't touch
This
it.
comes from your soda fountains. That water and stuff, the syrup, the sugar, create a bacteria that eats on that stuff. It doesn't smell. Thank God it doesn't smell like it looks.
That one doesn't. Some of them do. Wait for the shake.
Now scream.
That is awful. That's nightmare material. Oh, this is a good one too about poison ivy. But let me go ahead and let's go with this chat first. I happen to have some financial stability right now, and I'm happy to help protect my man Dan from precarity. Thank you. You are the man. I've got you know what's funny is my stepfather, he wasn't trying to, like, I wasn't like down or whatever. He was just saying this because he's cool like that, right? He's like, I've always told your mom you have amazing potential. You're very talented. And I was like, yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I remember when all that shit used to matter. You know? I remember back before you get like blacklisted on social media, which then blacklists you from ever being able to be employed by anybody because then they've already blacklisted you on that. Or the fact that, you know, people who have had their own business for X amount of time, they don't want them because they've been independent before. They don't want to, you know, whatever the case may be. And I think there's a little bit of job security. I think, did I mention this in here or did I mention it somewhere else? That it makes me wonder if people, maybe I did this in a walk and talk. It makes me wonder if sometimes you get looked over or, you know, they pass on you because the hiring team is, and most people are LARPing their positions and are not really qualified for them and they're kind of inept. So when you show that or you demonstrate or you have a history of being very useful, they see that as being threatening, and that's why they will hire someone who isn't good for the job because that is like job security for them because they don't ever have to worry about that person rising up. Why does it say 0 megabytes per second? Is the thing rolling or not? Are we on? We are, right? I guess so. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's on kick, but looks like we're on. What else was I going to say? There was something else. I have to go say goodnight to my daughter, so I'm just going to throw something on here real quick, and I'll come back to this. Really good. Oh, wait, you know what? I can just go to this one. Hey, guys, subscribe to Fitwit. Be awesome. Give me the 50. Give me the 100. Give me the boob. That's 8,008. And I changed out the thumbnail because I overthink shit. But I changed out the thumbnail because of the ones I did, the one that blew up here, and blew up, I mean, 600, so over 600, which is nothing, but has a picture of course, it has Greg on it, but it also has a picture of me, which was reinterpreted as looking more like Jeff Cavalier, and it made me wonder if people clicked on it simply for that. Now, if they get the information, or once they click it, they know it's not him, so I don't feel bad about getting them to take a look, because there's a lot of important information there. This one I look even more like Jeff Cavalier on, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna test that theory, to see if that's why people clicked on it. Jeff Cavalier's from Athlete X, which I actually follow. I like some of his stuff. Nobody gets the eating thing right, or what you need for nutrients. Nobody. That's why I created this thing. Like, they can have a lot of other things right, but they don't. It's all still on a foundation of not very good stuff, because they'll revert back to fraudulent science, fraudulent findings, and all this other crap. Not everybody has a Dr. Glidden, at their disposal or in their toolbox to reference. But you do. especially if you're on the membership site, which, by the way, I've been watching a shit ton of lately. I'm making myself well informed. I don't think this is showing all the stuff that I was looking at today. This all looks old. Yeah. Hold on. We'll find something good here. A lot of it's repetitive because when you click on it twice, it shows it up in the thing again. We saw that one. I was doing a little bit more of lighthearted viewing lately, just to break up the stress. Got enough of that going on. Did we watch this one? Yeah, we did. The guy got shot. Oh, I got it. I'll just go to here.
Or an echo chamber.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. We gotta go to your channel. Let's find a good one. Unbelievable armed gang terror on family and 1 month old for another flock. Error. That seems like be in line with what we were just discussing. How long are we going to realize that error doesn't matter? Because you don't have any rights. And it's okay to kick your prisoner and your slave, right? Oh, wait, you know what? Maybe Delete Laws has a longer version of this other story that I was looking at earlier. It could be older, though. I don't know. Oh, no, I'm not already. Really? Oh, okay, because it's the other channel. There was a dude that was... Oh, we saw the sidewalk chalk guy. I guess he hasn't done one in a while. Unless it was not live. I'm not doing that. There was a guy that was in custody in a jail, and they beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Punching, kicking, stomping on him, smashing his head on the ground. But I don't know how long ago he covered that, so it could be kind of pointless to try to look for it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to bother looking for that. Okay, let's go to... Oh, come on, dude. How many fucking times?
This man is driving down the road with his 1 month old child in the car in Sherwood, Arkansas. And the Sherwood, Arkansas police officers, I think it's Lackey and Kincaid, approach the vehicle of this innocent couple. Their guns are drawn. And if an acorn was on the set, this cop could have easily pulled the trigger and ended their life. And why did this happen? Because of an inaccurate reading of one of those flock safety cameras. This is another example where it's not flock safety, it's frickin' deadly. Watch this.
Hey, driver. Hey, put your hands up and walk back to me. Hey, anybody else in the car?
My daughter, my son.
All right, how old are they?
My daughter, me, my daughter, my girlfriend, my son.
Okay.
My son, he's a newborn, he's a month and a half. My girlfriend, she's 28.
All right, bye. The reason I'm stopping you is your plate's stolen.
Your plate is stolen. Let's see. Where have we heard that before?
Hello, sir. Can you come out to me, please? Sure.
Joel Fetter.
Is it just you and the wife?
And his wife
Both of us? Both of us.
were suddenly surrounded.
I was parked here. There was a car here, so I couldn't just drive away.
Even a week and a half later, he still can't believe it.
And I legitimately looked at my wife and I was like, I wasn't even speeding. Like, there's nothing I did wrong.
That certainly didn't stop things from getting tense.
Are you armed at all? No. Okay, is this your car?
It's complicated. Can I explain it?
Joel is director of content and product at thedrive.com, meaning the Land Rover he was driving wasn't his, but he was test driving it for work.
I have paperwork that can show you that I drive this for the week.
Okay.
It's owned by Jaguar Land Rover. If you run the plates, it's owned by Jaguar Land Rover. They own it.
Little did he know Plymouth police had already run them.
The reason you have 4 cops here is because your license plate is registered as stolen license plates in our system.
Are you serious? 15 years doing this job. I've never had this. This is insane.
And there's this guy and many, many others, and I'm sure there are more to come.
I just got to sit through an hour-and-a-half traffic stop because of a freaking flock camera mishap, and I'm a little bit pissed off about it.
Your plate is stolen, so we got to pull you over. AI just told us you have a stolen plate, which means that might be a stolen vehicle. So we're going to come at you with guns drawn, whether we know you did it or not, whether we know you're guilty or not. We're just going to believe AI. This is a very dangerous time of humanity that we've entered into.
You said it's who?
It's coming back stolen. Your license plate. You got your ID on your phone?
Yeah, I got more wallet.
Where's your wallet at?
My pocket. Okay. It's not my vehicle.
Whose vehicle is it?
My girlfriend's vehicle.
Okay.
God, that seems so unnecessary when they do that.
Just right now, you're just going to be detained, okay?
You're going to lose all your freedoms, and we're going to point our guns in your girlfriend's and your baby's face because AI told us to. AI told us, hey, this is a very deadly, dangerous situation.
More people in the car.
Look at this. Why look at this. He's got tats and he's holding his gun like a gangster. Why do these people hold their guns like gangsters? Is that some kind of police training that I'm unaware of? Can you guys let me know in the comments section? Does anybody know any family member police officers? Has anybody been a police officer? Did they actually teach you how to hold guns sideways like this? I'm not aware of any police policy that says, yeah, and when you do that, you can be the most accurate when you hold your gun like a gangster.
You said a month and a half old in the car? Okay. We're going to come back over here, okay? You're just detained until we figure everything out, okay? No weapons on you?
No, none of this. I got her keys in my pocket though for the truck.
This is Sherwood, Arkansas police. Sherwood, Arkansas.
This lighter?
Yeah, this is the lighter.
Just have a seat. Yeah,
this is the lighter.
Just have a seat. Month and a half year old and his girlfriend.
Hey, what's your hand? All right, just go ahead and step out.
Can I ask what's going on?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Just 1 second.
231. Can you confirm your 28?
I know you got a small baby.
214.
Now, I want you to look at her face. Let me just zoom in here. Look at this.
Can I ask what's going on?
She could easily lose her life. The bullet could go through her into her 1-month-old. And then what would happen?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Just 1 second.
231. Can you confirm your 28?
I know you got a small baby.
214.
Unbelievable.
Is going to be Adam Paul X-ray 55 X-ray APX 55X Black Tahoe.
They really shouldn't call it flock safety anybody. They should call it flock suspicion.
That plate showing 52.
Gonna look inside the vehicle. Let's see if we can see anything, any drug paraphernalia, anywhere. You know, we're gonna use the plain view doctrine and see if we can't get him on something now.
Just unconfirmed insurance.
Do you hear that?
He said it's 52.
If you just want to lean against my head real quick.
Okay.
Now look at that license plate. APX 55X. And what do you think the license plate reader read? The license plate reader read APX 55Y. And the cops did not double verify that to make sure that if they are going to be pointing guns, they're pointing guns at the right people, not innocent people.
You sure? So the car was showing up as stolen, so we're just confirming.
Oh shit! No, this is my car.
Yeah, it might be a mix-up in the system. So if it is,
Oh my
then y'all be good to go.
No, this is my car. I just.
It always trips me out when a white girl talks exactly like a black girl. I always laugh when I hear it. It's just so.
No, shit, damn.
Shit. It's been wrecked. I had to get new tires and stuff on it. The snow, it's been put up.
It done been stolen.
Hopefully, if that's the case, he's just
even laughs like, wow.
Just gonna confirm.
Oh my god!
Look at that beautiful building over here. Big block.
Actually, sure was like he cut his lights on. I said, "Who cut his lights on?" I didn't even know there was a police behind us.
Police?
The police.
I was en route, and they said it was stolen out of Little Rock. So
Your license good, boss?
Hey, why are you asking him
Is
anything?
My license good. They're just playing these cat and mouse games. This guy has access to a computer system that gives him all the information he needs. He knows the guy's license is good.
like I said, he's gonna do his due
I
diligence.
mean, I got my registration and stuff in there. If you want
Is it in
license.
the glove box?
It's actually in my purse.
Okay. You mind if I go ahead and you mind if I grab that real quick?
It's the pink purse.
The pink one? Oh, my bad.
Leave the drugs and the guns inside the purse, though, sir.
So it's, can you see that tag in front of you? APX55X. So APX55Y is the one stolen.
How could you not verify that before you pull them over? I mean, you got plenty of time. Just pull them over. Double, triple, quadruple, verify the license plate. It's like, it kills me anytime a law enforcement agent gets the wrong number on the wrong address and then goes in and just starts shooting, assuming that the person inside the house who's completely innocent is their perpetrator. They can't take just a couple of seconds to double verify so that this kind of thing doesn't happen.
So it's not yours. You flagged one of our cameras, and so that's why we stopped you, because we thought it was the other place. So give me 1 second. I'll get you out of cuffs. Okay, boss.
That's a good.
None of us is greater than all of us, man.
Here, all in.
They flocked us. You know, you got flocked pretty hard.
Is it your car?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So your car flagged on some of our modern technology and saying,
I don't blame her, Winky. Winky says, why is she so nice, like she met new friends? I think it is a wonderful strategic move to de-escalate, to be the de-escalating force. Because otherwise you have escalation. When you have escalation, well, now your life really hangs in the balance. So just be cool. Hands, here's the hands. You're building your case, put everything on record.
That's pretty funny. His shirt says coffee spelled backward is e-fuck. I don't give e-fuck about anything until I have coffee.
And don't get Fifth Amendment right to be silent if you don't know how to talk to the police, but just be chill. Just be chill. And I know it's a catch-22 situation because Daniel Shaver tried his best to obey every single rapid-fire command of Philip Brailsford in the Mesa Police Department and ended with his death. Philando Castile tried to accommodate Jimenez or whatever that cop's name that pulled him over in Minnesota, and it ended with his death. So it's kind of a catch-22, but it seems to me notable.
Is that really a catch-22, or is that doesn't apply or work in all situations?
Strategy to de-escalate. Hey, I'm not resisting or whatever. Don't shoot me. Don't kill me. My baby's in the car. My family's in the car. I don't hold her being cool and him being cool against them at all. They are the ones who are being victimized by these cops.
your plate is not stolen. It's one letter off.
Okay.
And the camera wrote.
Y'all gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I knew it was not.
So it's the first 5 are correct. The last digit's the only one that's off.
Oh, that's all. Oh, close enough then. Yeah, it's a good thing we held you up and treated you like a criminal. And man, the last person that happened to us, we shot him. So you should be thankful.
Also, don't hold it against people who decide, you know what? I'm sick of this tyranny. and I'm going to exercise my 2A. And if that means that my life gets snuffed out in the process, I'm going to stand for that.
Okay, I got you.
And lead by example, right?
So that's the whole reason for the stop and all of that.
Okay, Lord, y'all about gave me a heart attack. Woo.
I'm surprised they didn't tell her to change her plate. What was she doing driving around so irresponsibly with a plate like that, so close to something that was stolen?
It's a turn signal or something. What did
No.
you do? Goodness gracious.
But and just until we figure out.
Yeah, lackluster. It was a false APR reading. The license plate number was APX55X, and the LPR or the ALPR said APX55Y. And the cops did not stop to verify.
The last digit's the only one that's off.
That's all.
I got you.
So that's the whole reason for the stop and all of that.
Okay, Lord, y'all about gave me a heart attack. Woo.
5 out of 6. I mean, close enough.
I'm gonna get him out.
It's a turn signal or something. What did
No.
you do? Goodness gracious.
But and just until we figure everything out, that's why we pulled y'all out and all of that. My boss can help out.
Oh, gee, thanks. That explains why she talks like that.
God, I love how cool this guy's being. So much injustice has pushed him against the wall and painted him into a corner, and yet he's still calm.
Get you out of those. I appreciate you being cool. Again, I didn't know exactly what we were coming up on. So
we didn't know I love that admission. We didn't know what we were coming up on. So the reason you didn't know,
Right, you might have been jumping out with guns blazing. So you're lucky we didn't snuff you out simply on sight.
coming up on, officer, is because you didn't take the time to find out what you were coming up on.
Those cameras are placed everywhere, and they hit license plates and they'll flag. But I'm not going to say they're completely perfect because that's modern technology.
That's modern technology for you. Modern technology.
Yeah, modern technology completely and heavily and 100% leaned on rather than using discernment, which is something that a computer system will never be able to do.
Allows me to get out my gun and jeopardize your life and the life of your entire family, and I don't have to double check or do anything because I got this here qualified immunity card in my pocket, which it's basically my get out of jail free card. Not only will I not get out of jail or go to jail, let alone get out of jail, I'm going to get a plaque on the wall, a pat in the back. I'll probably get a promotion and a raise out of this deal. Man, it's just the best of all four worlds.
Yeah, the more you fuck up, the more they promote you. It's almost like the Freemasons.
I don't know if AI or whatever, but you know.
Okay.
Listen to how nonchalant this guy is after putting this entire family's life in jeopardy. Listen to this.
I'm not going to say they're completely perfect because, you know, that's modern technology.
I got you. I got you.
I don't know if AI or whatever, but, you know,
okay,
especially if y'all got a license plate thing, sometimes if a camera hits it at an angle or something, it might block it. And then, yeah.
I got you. Okay. Will we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. Have a good night.
But they were able to find an already dead from kidney failure, we're thinking, Osama bin Laden. But after, you know, when they wanted him to be found, they had to wait for the next president to come in so he could have his victory. Sure.
I don't know if it's here. I got to just focus in on at least one of these law enforcement agents right here and look at his stupid, dumb, confident.
All right, it's enough. We get it, bruh. What you got here? Oh, to add to the Seinfeld list, cheating on an IQ test taken for fun. Oh, okay, there's more above it. Okay, hold on. There's more. Oh, yeah, there's way more. All right, I will start where I'm supposed to then. It's on. I think Seinfeld has comedically explored lots of Jewish social interactions, which I believe are important for us to be aware of, such as plagiarism. Does that say sidling in? Sidling, is that right? Naming names and believing lies in order to tell them in court without lying. It's not a lie if you believe it, George Costanza. That is exactly, how many times have we heard that over and over? But in my mind, it was true. She every day she come to the fence and she throw an apple over. In my mind, it was true. But it was a lie. Yes, but in my mind, it was true. Would you do it again? Yes, but you know it was wrong. But in my mind, it was true. That is them. That's their whole thing. They get angry and homicidal if you don't LARP with them, and they decide the rules of the I win game. Like Big Daddy. What's the name of the game? The game's called I Win. If you don't follow, no wonder they love trans, and they promote that. That's all about LARPing. That's all about being in your own little delusional world where you dictate what is what. So if you don't follow along, then you're all kinds of names. You're all kinds of bad, right? And something more recently. Oh yeah, the King Azuli. This guy right here. Where's he at? So this guy, he started fighting when he was 3 years old. He threw a brick at somebody. He's been in thousands of street fights. He was trained by Shaolin monks. Someone took him under his wing at some Chinese restaurant and taught him kung fu. Then he went to China or somewhere to study with Shaolin monks. He was in special forces and deep undercover intelligence with Israel, so he says. Some other bullshit. And like all these things, he's lived 1,000 lives. And he also thinks that he is a god, prophet. Not even a prophet, like above that. And he was sent here to fight the Nazis for the Jewish people. This is all this stuff. He constantly lies about everything. He's had sex with thousands of women. At least 2 of them were without consent, and one of them was 15. We knew that one's documented. There's so much bullshit about the guy. Like everything he says, it almost is too perfect of a character of an idiot. But he believes his own bullshit, and if you don't, then you're the one that's in the wrong. It's a mentality. It's like a sickness. It's not just theirs because it rubs off on others, but they definitely are. What would you say? The progenitors of such a thought process. She likes apples. You know which one I'm talking about, right? From that. It was in the documentary Europa: The Last Battle about the guy. In my mind, it was true. Let's see if we can find that. Herman and Roma Rosenblatt fabricated their widely shared story about meeting as children across the barbed wire fence of a Nazi concentration camp. Herman was a genuine Holocaust survivor. Genuine, was he? Really? Was he, though? Survivor of a thing that didn't happen? How can you be a genuine survivor of a conceptualized situation that never actually occurred? You can't survive a lie. I mean, maybe you were in a work camp and maybe they ran out of food and maybe a lot of people had malnutrition illnesses and maybe even the Red Cross went in there and gave a bunch of people vaccines and that could have escalated the illnesses that people had in that camp. But to say that they were gassed and all that other bullshit, that would be incorrect. They were not a burnt offering. But Israel is going to be, because that's what it was built for. But they actually met years later on a blind date in New York, not at the Schleinben subcamp of Buchenwald. But in my mind, it was true. Angel at the Fence is the name of the book. Oh, he died. Herman Rosenblatt died rich off his bullshit. Made up Holocaust love story. He died in 2015. Maybe. That's funny. The narcissist. Oh, wait, hold on. Azule stole that plot from Batman movie, The Dark Knight. Well, you know what else? If anybody, does anybody else remember the Jason Scott Lee, The Last Dragon, where he plays Bruce Lee? And that was actually kind of fictional about Bruce Lee and how he was trained and stuff like that. Because Bruce Lee was a child actor. His father was in like vaudeville or something like that, and he was he took up the what do they call that, the discipline of martial arts, but they make it out to be like he was fighting a bunch of angry chefs with knives and stuff like that in one scene in Jogging the Bruce Lee Story. And to me, that one matches more. And then, like, of course, Azule has like this underground fighting. He fought for the Russian mafia in blood sport level combat. These are the things he says. But yet, when you watch him in the ring, he can't throw a punch. He jumps off his feet when he tries to strike, so he's losing power there. He doesn't. He's not stable on his legs. He doesn't know how to move around in the mat and the ring. He's such a great fighter that he's never learned how to do it properly. Irvat says Irene Zisblot was Tall Tale's story as well. Her eating her chocolate diamonds over and over again. Oh boy. What do we got for time here? All right, a little bit more. Let's get to the good stuff here. Make sure we get the good ones in. Oh, here's this story again.
It's always white people need to stop being racist. It's never minorities need to be more likable.
Hold on. So this is him. This is him watching her, and this is that same girl. So the other guy Ian just speculated, Byington or whatever, speculated that she's stealing her stuff. He's showing you her doing it with his own video.
It's always white people need to stop being racist. It's never minorities need to be more likable. If white people don't like you, it's usually not for no reason, actually. It's not because of the color of your skin. And if you come to white countries, it is not white people's responsibility to accept you the way you are.
No change up, no curveball, nothing but fucking grift. Here's another base take you should copy verbatim. Being modest is good. Being an OF transplant grifter with your cooter out, reciting other people's opinions for attention, is not good. And it's just as important we deport women from politics as it is we deport immigrants to their home country, if not more. The most trad thing I can do, the most based move I could make, is to delete my account and get my lunchbox out of the limelight. If you're catching my drift, you either die based or you live long enough to see your takes recycled by e-thoughts.
It's always white people
Oh, that's funny. Hey, consider it a compliment. Right? That's what you're supposed to do, I guess. See, now he has to change up his method of presenting his own material. He's gonna have to sit on there like like Ben Shapiro. Oh my god, that was funny. Oh wait, here's a little piece of this.
If when we face off, he even looks at me the wrong way, he will go to sleep.
What would you do?
Knock him out.
What punch?
Elbow.
Is that what you've been training? Is that what you reckon you're best at, your elbows?
I'm amazing with my elbows. I'm amazing with my spinning back kicks. I'm just amazing at everything that I do. Everything I touch is like gold.
You've been referencing these UFC fighters you've been sparring.
He's Midas, everybody.
Can you name any names? Who have you been sparring?
I don't want to name any of them.
This guy's called Apak Shakur. That's hilarious. Oh.
But the gentleman that you know that's with me, he's the one that brings them around, spars me. Some of them spar me very hard, and they go to me, bro, you're gonna kill the guy. They start feeling bad for Gypsy. I'm extremely fast. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos. I could do backflips, but
that's not gonna help you in a fight. The backflip isn't. It's not a gymnastics competition. This guy says about as believable as the Lolo cost.
flying kicks and all that. I could do everything, very acrobatic. I could also bench press 500 pounds. And I also know how to fight. So there's a combination of a hybrid where you're like a half man, half god.
Have you ever taken a leg kick before?
Oh yeah, many times.
So you know how to defend leg kicks? Because leg kicks can be quite nasty.
They're not that bad if you know how to check it. I used to break baseball bats with my shins.
Wow, like Tony Ferguson used to.
If when we face off, he even looks at
That's just a little taste of his delusions. Oh, here we go.
So my neighbor asked me, why is there a dirty ass toilet in your front yard?
Look at me. I'm a mess. That's why.
Well, you see, that's my security system. As soon as somebody sees this toilet, they do not want anything that may be in my home. See, when you put up security cameras and motion sensors, all you're doing is making them wonder what you're protecting. When they see my toilet, not only do they think there's no good loot in my house, but they're then in fear for their sanitary health and physical safety.
I think this guy just is a dirtbag, to be quite honest, and now he's making up a story to justify it. But I could be wrong. He's even got a freaking can, all kinds of garbage in his yard. His shirt's ripped in multiple spots. I think he's just a mess.
Just think about it. Would you steal from a house with a dirty ass toilet in the front yard? I wouldn't. Anyways, now me and the neighbor both have yard toilets. So my neighbor asked me, why...
Did we actually see the second one, or were you just pretending that that's true? Oh, here's our friend. It's not Mr. I say it like I know him for sure, but I don't. But it's Where's Fly Fisherman?
Someone mentioned in the comments about air guns being very advanced, and I picked up the Zeus Gen 2 72 caliber. It's pretty cool because you can forge your own bullets, and all it requires is an air compressor. So in case of the Jupocalypse, yeah, if you can't buy ammo, what are you gonna do? So you got bows, crossbows, and air guns. It's a song I made for can't depend on these people on these TV screens. There's no heroes except us.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Well, maybe. That last part. Some of these things are pretty goddamn powerful, and some of them go up to like 30 cal as far as the size of the thing. 25, 30. You got all kinds of different caliber ranges for the air guns. Usually you get a .177 for your standard or .22, but they make really expensive ones, and some of them are more than semi-automatic. I don't know if I'd call them auto, and those are the type that you have to fill a big tank. And some of them have the spring, but the spring ones aren't nearly as they're not going to be fast action. They're not going to be what do you call it? As powerful as some of the air compressor ones are. But again, obviously, as pressure goes down, you have to have a really good system in there to keep high pressure and consistency. So as it starts to lose pressure inside the tank itself, or it's getting more empty, sometimes you have less and less power. But there's ways of engineering those things so it's not that much of a drop off. Our Rob that used to visit the show every once in a while, Crazy Rob or Crazy Uncle Rob, he was designing, I don't know if he ever got to finishing one, but he was going to design one that was like a really expensive one, but make it a lot cheaper. And I don't know if he ever finished a prototype or not, but I was telling him that I would like to definitely get my hands on one of those and maybe help getting him in touch with somebody that I know has a gun store.
Not chasing crowns that fade away. Not waiting for another face. The world can shake beneath our feet. Still his kingdom won't retreat. Every
And they're no joke.
No more heroes, let them fall. Truth was never built on them at all. We're not waiting for another king. Heaven already crowned our king. When the dust settles after the fight, only one still holds the light. No more heroes.
Yeah, he's smoking a pipe. Yeah.
Jesus reigns yesterday.
Don't smoke inside, bro. He's in the clock tower. He's in the clock tower. Is he shaving his arms? Or is that Asian baldness?
No heroes on your screen, no king, no queen, no magazine, stand together, shoulder.
I think it's just more of that. But so I said, hell yeah, the boarding teams use air guns below deck so as not to puncture the hull in an assault situation. And he replied back. That's pretty cool. He looks at his comments. That's good. That means him a little bit more of a human. She's stealing someone else's grift. That makes her a false prophet. You're right. Right. You're grifting off the grifters now. That's secondhand grifting. That's great. Good call out on that one, Ty. Oh yeah. Just gotta go click. Oh, here's Azule.
Well, hello there, King Azule. No, that was an okay kick. There's no power on it. Your hands weren't where they're supposed to be, and it was the lead leg for some reason. But other than that, it was a perfectly fine kick.
Yeah, and the lead leg.
Now
The lead leg's supposed to be like I don't know. The way your body weight's positioned, it's like you'd have to be doing something kind of awkward to be able to do that in the first place. But maybe not. It's easy to shift back and forth, I guess. Takes longer from your back leg to go to forward anyway. I guess if you're, whatever. He just in this freeze frame here where he's like swinging wildly. It just reminds me of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or the Punch Out game where they do the big uppercuts and miss.
However, that was a jab with your back foot off the ground. You kind of leapt at him. I thought you were a king, not a lord. A leaping, lord of leaping. Yeah. Good work.
A lizard. He's a leaping lizard because he's an oy vey. He's not very stable on his feet, is he? Well, look at him falling.
Now, I don't want to put myself in the middle of this video so much because y'all need to see his excellence. But certain motions, they just need commentary. So children watching, don't tell somebody you're going to kick them by putting your hands by your knees before kicking them. He's uncoachable. Quit putting your hands by your knees before you kick. Good. Good kick. And you love how you almost had something working for him.
Got some lightning in the back.
Switch stances for some reason.
Got him. Caught him right there.
Zule, I'd say chin, but you don't have one. Your face made it to him before your hand did.
30 seconds. You don't have to kill each other, We're working here, yeah?
It seems Azule has the same two moves my 6-year-old daughter does. The leaping jab and the kick with the hands by the knees. And then we have the groin stomp, made famous by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's that Mike Tyson punch there. Ooh. Punch out. Nice.
By the way, bend over there. He is sparring a UFC veteran from 10 years ago who fought at 125.
125.
Jared Papazian. And he hasn't fought in 7 years.
Right.
Well, hello there, King.
Right. He hasn't fought in 7 years. He hasn't trained. He hasn't done anything in 7 years. And he fought at 125. Azule is, a much heavier dude. And, yeah. I like what he says. He's also lying about his height. Oh, did we see this one yesterday? North Georgia detention officer arrested on rape charges. Oh yeah, we did see this one yesterday. Okay, we went through that, so we're already at the top now.
There was a man who was giving his kid a tennis lesson, and he
Did we do this one yesterday too?
was approached by the police because he was potentially giving a tennis lesson without a permit.
San Francisco dad brought his kids to play tennis at a public park.
Naked men can walk down the street in front of children, and they call it a pride parade. He's teaching his child how to play tennis, and he almost gets arrested.
2 rangers showed up and accused him of illegally coaching without a permit. The possible fine, $192. His crime being a tennis dad.
And it ended up not being a fine because he was able to prove he was related to the kids. So they're checking papers for a tennis lesson, people playing tennis in the park.
We are prisoners, and they are the corrections officers, and we have no rights.
And I assume he came kitted up with like multiple ball, like scooper thing.
When did we have to ask permission? When did we have to ask permission for anything? Start a business? Oh, you need a permit. So that means it's illegal unless I ask permission. How is that freedom?
He was running an operation. He was definitely running an operation.
Asian tennis dad.
Yeah, Stanford. You go Stanford. And that's probably rude. He probably speaks American.
Yeah, and kids might go Stanford.
Yeah, they probably will. That part's true.
We're on your side.
Yeah.
And then someone made a good point about the juxtaposition compared to like the street rats and what the migrants are doing.
Yeah, San Francisco fined a dad $195 for teaching his kid tennis on a public court without a coaching permit. The same city has illegal markets covering the sidewalks. All of the stuff is stolen. Every single regulation violated. Nothing happens.
So that's the huge difference. Like, you can't coach tennis without a permit, but you could set up a house made out of cardboard boxes and you could sleep in the tennis court or in the park for weeks at a time and do heroin, and then the state will give you clean needles to do heroin in the park where you're sleeping on the tennis court. But if you play tennis a certain way that the state doesn't like or approve of, you have to pay a fine. So maybe the move is to pretend to be homeless while doing the tennis lesson.
You need a ghillie suit that's basically like a homeless outfit.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want.
You can load a high, load a high.
Work on the backhand.
Take some serves. Yeah. There was a man who...
Or we can just stop putting up with the oppression and bullshit. We could do that.
Does this really sound like an industry plant?
Oh, did we do that yesterday? I mean, I know we talked about it. It's the same dude. So we'll just pass right now. This is good though.
Oh, I'm a fox. I'm asexual. I'm bi. I'm gender. I'm generic. I'm a black man. I'm a white woman. I'm Jewish. Nigga, we are people. You know, if aliens came down here, the last question they would ask is your fucking identity. They'd want to know where your liver is at so they can take it out. Everybody nowadays want a fucking label. Oh, I'm gender fluid. Oh, I'm butterbean.
They taught us to want that label. These categories, so that way they could categorize the categories and label those labels as domestic terrorist or enemy of state, or this group is a bunch of radicals and they're this, that, and the other thing, and they need to be more regulated or they need to be more persecuted. You keep on jumping into those things. Oh, you're a Democrat. Oh, you're a Republican. Every time you identify as something other than what you are as an individual, there's a high probability that a demonic cult that runs your government is going to one day demonize that group, and you're going to wish you never identified that as it.
Oh, I'm black. Oh, I'm LQF. Oh, I'm WWE. Nigga, I don't give a damn. Are you a good person? Can you go to bed at night without worrying about somebody kicking your door in because you owe them money and you did them wrong? I don't give a fuck about your labels. The hell are we worried about? Are you a box truck? Got labels on you. I don't give a fuck about your labels. Everybody nowadays want to identify as something. Identify as your damn self. I respect everybody. Be who you want to be. But at the end of the day, it's not a label. Because the label existed before you and will exist after you. But you know what will never exist again is you. Ain't no dictionary definition. Merriam and Webster don't know who the fuck you are. But the world can if you just be that. Your identity does not affect your flavor. A leopard ain't gonna stop you because you black. Oh, this nigga tastes like Lowry's. No. A leopard gonna tear your ass up. This nigga scrumptious. onion, and garlic. This nigga's seasoned well. Oh, I'm a fox.
All right, so
okay. So, acts on body cam again. Before you see, can you guess what the person might look like who did this? He's going to describe what happened, and you can tell me what you think this person is going to look like.
what's going on today?
I was just about to back up and I looked over and there's a cart sitting right next to my door now, so I can't back up. I turn around and I look around and she's parked right next to me. Her car door is closing at that time, so I assume that she left her cart there. So I roll my window down and I go, did you just leave your cart like right next to my car so I can't back out? She goes, yeah, I did. And I was like, what's wrong with you? I called her broke. I was like, move your cart, you're broke as hell. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, no, I'm not gonna move my cart. She started backing up, so I backed up as well because I'm gonna go, you know, like.
So you guys are like next to each other like this?
We're literally right next to each other. So she starts backing up, I back up too because I'm gonna go, get out of here. Well, at this point, she backs up, I back up in front of her, and then she gets out of her car, comes to my driver's side. She starts throwing her finger in my face, is pointing me, is actually touching my nose. So I knew she was about to get hands. She grabbed me by the hair after that and started punching me, and it's on video. You know, she's hanging on my car, hanging on me while I'm trying to drive forward because we were right there.
You said you got video?
Yes.
This is just from a bystander?
Yep.
So is this the cart you guys are talking about?
Yes. Literally sitting right next to me. I'm kind of mind-boggled, you know?
You want to press charges or what? I mean, it's on video. I mean, you got injuries and it's on video. She's punching you. But
I mean, I would like to press charge. She grabbed me by my hair and started punching me multiple times.
You don't keep blocking nobody. I get out my car and I go to yell at him.
And she's got a baby in her hand too, right? Is that supposed to be her shield? Or is this so that she can traumatize more people today and doesn't have any regards? Using it as an accessory at the moment. Child gonna be flat. Watch how the child flaps around in her grip here while she flails her fat ass around in her very gesture-heavy dissertation.
Doing all this, so I'm doing all this back. So then he gets doing too much. So yes, I did.
Whoa, he must be Velcroed to her. She took her hand off.
Because you doing too much.
That's that tree climbing grip.
So then after that, I was walking back to my car. He followed me to my car. He punching the window. You too close to my son.
You're punching the window.
Son in this car. So yes,
yeah, you care a lot about your son. You're a fucking disgusting degenerate who is too fucking fat and lazy and doesn't care and so entitled that you left your shopping cart in the way of somebody in a parking spot so they couldn't get out. You know how many of these things are all around you? If you can't find your way to a depot for putting your cart back, you shouldn't be allowed to live in society. If you leave it inside a parking spot so that people have to keep driving and looking for another parking spot, you are a piece of shit. And I actually had somebody argue with me about this one time on Instagram because I had a video of people ditching their carts in all of the sidewalk ramps that go into this main sidewalk so you can walk in between the rows of the parking lot. And some retards like, actually, those are the old places you're supposed to put the shopping carts, not before they installed all those metal ones. I'm like, no, that's a ramp for fucking wheelchairs, you goddamn retard. So the people who want to take the sidewalk, who are, wheelchair bound, you just block them from being able to do that. So that makes you more of a degenerate. And the fact that you're arguing makes you an incredible, worthless human being.
Get to him because you don't come to nobody's car. You don't even know what I got going on.
They actually are arguing that a ramp this long was for shopping carts. Like, how many shopping carts were they planning on having in that ramp? It's a concrete ramp going to the sidewalk. It ramps up to the sidewalk, and you're telling me that that's where the shopping carts are supposed to go? That's just really retarded, and it also exposes that person as being somebody who is constantly guilty of the same thing because they're that retarded that they think that that's what that was for. Meanwhile, there's all the metal racks that are out there. If you can walk around the store and go around all the aisles, if you can walk into the store and walk it back out of the store, when you're done putting away your groceries, the full complete task is putting your shopping cart at least in the rack. And if you're having a good day and you're feeling like an even better human, you can walk it right back inside.
That car was not blocked. Yeah, because he punched him out. Yeah, I hit him right there because.
So, hey, I'm going to stop you right. Can you hear
And
me?
she's like, yeah, I hit him right there. She said that he was punching her window, which was a complete and total fucking lie.
Kid off to, is she with you?
Yeah.
So right now you're going to be placed under arrest for aggravated battery.
Why did you walk me in like that?
You're gonna need 2 sets of cuffs. Her fat ass is not. Her arms aren't gonna be able to meet up that close behind her back.
No, he white. You know they gonna get away.
Oh, because he's white. It was okay to punch the shit out of him and show him absolutely no respect as a human being after you did something and you were in the wrong from the very beginning. Your whole entire mannerism through life is completely offensive and at the expense of everyone around you. But it's because he's white that you're being put in the back of a car. Can nothing to do with your own actions. These people are never going to learn shit. And you have bitchy mouth runners who are going to continue to encourage you to be a degenerate. What a great culture they have.
All right, so what's going on today? I was just about to.
That's great. The one time an officer did something that was he says, I knew it, Jax. Exactly. Did anybody else guess right?
This cop savagely attacks these kids.
Knock your fucking ass out, mother. Get your fucking parents over. I'll beat the out of them and I'll beat the out of you.
That's a cop.
Knock your dad out and I'll knock your ass out after.
I'll knock your dad out and I'll knock you out afterwards. Try that to a guy who knows how to fight, brother. Because people who know how to fight don't act like that.
Pick it on little 13.
He just punched that girl in the head. He just punched that girl right in the head. An off-duty pig is under investigations after a video went viral this week.
I'm 16. 16? You picking on little 14?
No, we were just talking
about smack the shit out of you?
We were just talking to dude about that. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
The confrontation reportedly started after younger teens were accused of harassing 2 older girls.
Were you picking on little fucking kids?
They were chasing our girlfriend.
Chasing your girlfriend. So what are you going to do, beat them up?
No, I wasn't going to beat nobody up.
Knock your fucking ass out.
Any guy that walks up like that and goes like this to a kid, you're not tough. He doesn't know how to fight.
Get your fucking parents over. I'll beat the fuck out of them and I'll beat the fuck out of you. Call them right now.
They take steroids. I just want you to know that. These fucking pigs, a lot of them are all hopped up on all kinds of shit.
Tell them to come over here. Yeah, I want you to call your fucking parents. Picking on little kids, you fucking little punk.
And what are you doing, bully?
Exactly.
You're bullying people who are half your size.
Exactly.
Knock me again, motherfucker. Knock your fucking dad out and I'll knock your ass out after.
The footage shows him threatening to knock out a teenage father and him, and then he turns to a girl who's recording him.
Picking on little 13.
Punches her in the face.
She walks away crying, holding her head, saying she's scared. He punched her in the head.
That big asshole punched her in the head.
He punched her in the head.
Oh my God.
So his little shit brat girls were basically chasing the other 2 kids' girlfriends, it sounds like. And the boys intervened, like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you trying to scare them? Because they know their dad's a cop and that he's going to be an asshole like this. And then he punches the girl. One of the girls that was already being chased or, violated in some way by someone that cop is attached to.
No, bro, this shit hurts. He literally put a fucking fist to my head, bro. I know, I seen that shit, bro. Don't worry, the cops are gonna get him.
The officer's name is Sergeant.
And that, I mean, judging by the attire that you see walking away, I think it's that girl. Is that the girl that got punched? Because you don't see her, but I think that's the pants that she was wearing.
Jeremy Sikorsky, badge number 26358. This cop's.
All right,
I'm about to save you a
we'll end with our friend again.
whole lot of pain and suffering and a really lengthy and expensive medical bill. When I was a kid...
Now, this is crazy. I didn't know people accidentally did this stuff. This is, it's not good. But if you happen to have this happen to you, let me tell you exactly what you want. In addition to what he says, all right? So that you don't have lengthy and expensive bills. Let me tell you in just a second. I got it here because a friend of mine got poison ivy recently, so I'm gonna tell you. Rus venenata 12C. So I thought What's the other one? Rus toxicodendron is what the homeopathic preparation of poison ivy is, and Rus venenata is the homeopathic preparation of poison oak. But when you take it in the law of potentization, barely anything there at all, then it tells your body what it needs to do to remember. Law of similars, like cure likes. It's like giving your body the heads up in a small enough form for it to handle, and then that generates the reaction to that thing that you give it. So then it starts doing the same to whatever's causing all the other symptoms that are similar to it in your body. So if you have this happen to you, or anything like poison ivy or poison sumac, get Rus venenata or Rus toxicodendron.
One of our buddies ended up going to the hospital after a night of tussling around a campfire. A couple of my buddies in high school were burning up a whole bunch of brush that they had collected after they were making their deer blinds. After a day of preparing their land for a healthy and bountiful deer season, they had unknowingly drug a bunch of poison ivy to the brush piles. Most of us are well aware of the biochemical inconvenience that follows this plant. This plant has made you a statistic. You are a part of the 85% of humanity that is affected by urrational oil, the biochemical compound inside of poison ivy and members of the Anacardiaceae family. This plant tricks your body into making an immunoresponse that makes you itch. Now back to my friend and their camping trip. The brush pile was littered with poison ivy. Poison ivy burned, the oil became aerosolized. The oil now lingers in the air and the molecule
Settles.
expanded because of heat. Meaning when it hits your skin, it's far more effective. The true horror.
Right, and this also happens with capsaicin and capsaicin extract. Ask me how I know. Cutting peppers, it doesn't matter how many layers of gloves you have on, because when you go to wash things, it gets in the air, it gets steamed up into the air, and then it settles on your skin. Sometimes you don't notice it until you make contact with water, and then it activates it, and then you flare up either on your forearms, your face, your eyes, places you didn't really even know that you touched or rubbed. And yes, any place that you may have touched or rubbed because you had to go to the bathroom or something like that, then that's on fire too. Yeah, yep.
of this fire and earth combination.
I probably have been pepper sprayed more than any other person on the planet by my own doing, basically.
It is now able to get into your nostrils, up and into your sinus, into your mouth, and into your eyelids. A gust of the smoke can cover you from head to toe in poison ivy. My friend was hospitalized, took him out of school for quite a while. It was something that my buddy didn't know to even think about, which makes me think that some of this information may be something useful to you folks watching my videos. Make yourself well aware of poison ivy and its presence if you find it in the burn pile.
What kind of presents? Does it give you a nice present?
Make sure you are not standing around it. It's incredibly inconvenient, painful, and expensive for the treatment. If you found that video...
Not if you get the $10 Rus toxicodendron and the Rus venenata.
Informative, then use these buttons right here. If you'd like to know more about nature, then go check the comment section. Dead Squad, let them know. I love each and every one of you. I hope you stay spooky, I hope you stay strapped, and I hope you stay wild. I'm about to save you...
There you go. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is actually pretty interesting.
If this doesn't prove to you that the food in the U.S. is keeping us chronically inflamed, I don't know what will.
Today is May 19th. I leave tomorrow for Europe. I weigh 132 pounds and I eat...
This made me realize that I probably should lose at least 12 more pounds. As I'm still lifting weights and building muscle, like I can tell that I probably could at least, at the very least. So if I'm at like 143, 144 right now, I would say that's probably actually more like, yeah, that's probably accurate. Maybe like 12 to 14 pounds.
So clean, no processed food, no junk. I work out. I'm so curious to see how I look after spending a few weeks in Europe. I'll be there for 6 weeks. So this is the physique, tracking my weight, and how I look in this exact same bikini. Stay tuned.
Today is June 11th, just 19 days later, and I'm eating whatever I want. Pizza, pasta, gelato. Whereas back at home, I eat no processed food.
So she's only like 4 pounds lighter, but she doesn't look puffy and bloated. You notice that? Like, what is it? I think it was 132, correct? And then it went to 128. So that's not really much of a difference. That could be the difference between doing a little bit of cardio and sweating some out, taking a pee, taking a poop. And this 4 pounds fluctuation with water isn't really anything. So for her to look that much leaner and healthier, that is a lot of inflammation going on. And she was still eating like things like carbohydrates over there.
Only whole foods, organic, and somehow I'm still chronically bloated and inflamed all the time in the US. I'm eating more calories, working out less, and my body looks much better in France. Before I get a million comments saying, you're just walking more, or you're on vacation, you're traveling, there's no stress, I'm working while I'm here, and I walk.
Those before and afters are crazy.
Walk just as much.
Good for you, Maddie, for documenting this. It's a great case study of how poisoned we are, and then how much we're charged to get the poison out of our body by putting in more poison. This has to come to an end, because let's be clear, your bodies and minds and souls are the most precious things on this planet, and those in power right now know that, and they're trying to destroy it every turn that they can. So that is why it is so important. On November 3rd, you get to your polling station and write in Clayton Cuteri, a grassroots way that we are going to reimagine.
You have to be registered for that to matter, though. I hope he does that and understands that. Like, you can't just write in anything. They have to be registered with the. I think you might even have to. I don't think you can do maybe you can do a statewide. Oh, you might have to be registered in each and every municipality. I'm not sure if there's a fee for that or not.
In America, and to recapture
I'm sure there is.
It from those who wish to destroy us.
If this doesn't prove.
You think you know why the U.S. backs Israel?
Because they created it? They made it? Because we were already conquered? If you don't start there, you don't know what you're talking about.
Wrong.
What's the truth?
It's not blackmail. It's not shared values. Israel runs the only human laboratory on Earth, a place where you can test.
This can be true, but not be the reason, right? This is just another way of masking what America is actually up to, because America is the same thing that you see without the mask in Israel. That's who runs this joint. And they do use Gaza as a human laboratory for weapons and chemical weapons and all kinds of brutality and surveillance. And then once it's battle tested, you know what I mean? It ups its street value when they're selling it to more oives in control of other territories.
Population control tech under the cover of war.
A lab?
Journalist Anthony Lowenstein calls Gaza the perfect laboratory. Drones, AI targeting, facial recognition. Every tool is tested on Palestinians before it's sold worldwide.
And that's why the U.S. backs them.
It's not why.
Chris Hedges said it straight. The Palestinians are human laboratory rats to the Israeli military, tried out on the captive population, often.
We're also captive population, just in case you're not aware.
With lethal results.
So the tech gets battle tested in.
Remember the tungsten pellet ones that were ripping people apart? Sometimes you couldn't tell. Sometimes they get ripped apart. Sometimes you can't tell. These bombs that blow out these really like smaller than BB tungsten pellets, and they're puncturing people, and they're dying, snapping, going through for what do you call it? Spinal cords. We went over this probably almost a year ago, maybe. But this tungsten pellet bomb was. The people would just be like, they don't understand. They don't see any marks because they're really tiny. And then if you're closer to the blast radius, then yeah, it's like a shotgun blasting apart.
Gaza.
Killing a lot of children with it was what they were doing. Lots of children.
Then sold abroad?
Exactly. That's why Israeli arms exports hit $19 billion in 2025. And the U.S. isn't just buying, it's integrating. Section 224 of the new defense bill fuses U.S. and Israeli military tech into one system. AI, cyber, biotech, everything.
So the same...
And yet he uses AI to make the video.
Surveillance used on Palestinians
will be used on you, in your cities, at your borders, on your phone. The lab was never just about them. it was practice.
Solarcast runs on truth, and truth runs on those.
Yeah, shut up. I think we're pretty much done. We may have skipped over a couple, but I doubt that they're all that. Oh, here we go. Let's do some looks maxing here. Is this real? Did somebody really think that this was a good idea? I mean, it looks like stitches. This could be some I don't know.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you all know that the surgery was successful.
Oh, and he's gay as fuck too. So, I mean, maybe having an ass for a chin is attractive to other gay men.
As you can see, the doctor said the swelling should go down any day now.
Which part? The ones with the testicles on your chin, or? Ugh.
Mwah.
I'll be damned if that's the first video I wake up to. And yeah, the swelling's gone. Thanks a lot, asshole.
That was good.
Hey everyone.
Like, is this for real? Holy crap. How does the skin just stretch like that even? Ugh. Yep, that's looks maxing to the max. Oh boy, okay. Let's see if there's any more here. Accept me for who I am. Can't accept themselves as they are. Giggity giggity. Except his chin's a little bit different than this guy's. The fuckity doo dah was that? That's funny. I want the cat. Can I save the cat? Yes. Nice. C translation. What do you mean C translation? Yeah, we had that as one of our thumbnails. This dude. Yeah. Today is all about keeping balls off your face. Ugh. I don't get that one. There's a lot on this one. I guess when you pay money to Instagram, you get to put GIFs and images in the chat. Is that?
What the fuck are you wearing?
Diaper.
You're wearing a diaper? You're shitting around my food?
I didn't shit around your food, and I apologize if I'm not delivering DoorDash. I'm driving Uber. If I'm not driving Uber, I'm driving Lyft. If I'm not driving Lyft, I'm working for Amazon. If I'm not working for Amazon, I'm selling at Works. If I'm not selling at Works, I'm at my dad's diaper's bar. So I don't have time to bother.
You think I care? There's kids around here, man.
Yeah, I'm wearing a diaper, genius. I'm one of the kids.
That's disgusting. I'm gonna call the fucking cops. Get away from my food.
Take your food, asshole.
You should take it back. Give me your...
All right, first off, what are you doing in that situation? Do you think that guy handled it the right way, or the woman handled it the right way, or do you think something else should have happened? Number one. Number two, we have...
Is that real, though? That seemed like an awful lot of explanation. It seems like an awful lot of prep. It seems like an awful lot of whatever the fuck that was. Again, people believe things are real, and then they act as if they are, because everybody's grifting off of everybody else.
Grown men...
I mean, I'm not saying that that's probably not something that happens, but... Usually people who do weird things don't do it so that it's exposed. They do it, and sometimes they're sloppy, but you wouldn't go around delivering DoorDash or Spark or whatever the hell in a diaper. You know what I mean? Like, where's the kink in that, just driving around in a diaper? I just don't... I don't see that as being anything but a skit. Like, fraud. Fake.
DoorDash in a diaper. Just let that sink in. Grown men delivering food in a diaper. And they think this is society.
It's like, at what point do you ask yourself, okay, who's the bigger idiot? The person who made the video to try to deceive people, the whole concept of whether or not, if this is real, the people that are involved, or the idiot who believes that it's real and comments on it as if it's legitimate, and by doing so legitimizes something that is probably bullshit. Like, who's the dumber person here? Who's the bigger idiot?
Appropriate. What is wrong with our world that we've allowed this level of degradation?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's like, let's go on our to me, this is somebody trying really, really hard to fit into the trend of making videos, being offended by stuff, and speaking out against it.
I would rather look like I can fight than actually be able to fight.
Well, hello, sir. I've got some bad news for you.
Learning how to fight is the most useless skill in the world.
Unless, of course, you do it for a living, or you want to protect your family, or you want to protect yourself, or your stuff.
Anyone who fights for a living or for a purpose will tell you the exact same thing.
Have you never even talked to a fighter before?
If you love the process of training to fight that much, absolutely go for it. But for most of you, you're thinking about getting into fighting because it's a way for you to improve your confidence.
You think most people learn how to fight for confidence? We learn to fight for the babes.
You have low self-esteem. I'm telling you right now, it's a waste of time. You're never going to use those skills. And anyone who fights for a living does absolutely everything they can to avoid.
This is a really big homosexual. It sounds like
confrontation.
It's more like confrontation avoids us.
In real life at all costs, because fights never go according to plan. They are always chaotic.
I mean, that's true, but that's only because the people that are fighting don't
know how to fight.
If one person knows how to fight and the other person doesn't know how to fight, it is not chaos.
And you will get your shit kicked in. I got my jaw broken in a fight.
Man, I'll bet you wish you knew how to fight.
Because I was being a right? It's absolutely not worth it. Do not go and confront people.
I've made it as long as I can. Why are you talking so fast? I'm pretty sure in the last minute you have said 10,000 words in one continuous sentence.
You have probably been wronged by people in the past, right? You've had bullies, people picked on you.
I am a smiley, kind of chubby ginger dude. Nobody's ever picked on me.
People picked on me.
Was it because of your girly hair or your speaking pattern? The way you don't blink?
So you think that being able to become more physically imposing by knowing how to fight is going to solve that problem for you?
Yes.
It's not like the movies. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, they usually end a lot faster than they do in movies. That's the reason no MMA movie will ever be good. Because you can't take more than one punch, for the most part.
Do what I did. Go to the gym. Build a respectable physique.
Is that why they tease you? You refer to your body as having a respectable physique?
The people who were dicks to you in the past are going to start respecting you.
I don't need their respect. I want their fear.
And you're going to be able to look more physically imposing, which will result in you getting in less confrontations. Do not invest time into actually learning how to fight. It's a skill you will never lose. Use.
Oh, you almost did it all in one take, but you screwed it up right there. But I respect the effort of not, reshooting it.
I promise you. I would rather look like I can fight than
Chili from Delete Law says, "You're one of the only people who I like your videos more than mine." This person still doesn't get it, or he's trolling because he's a jester and all. It says martial arts is awesome. Everyone should train. That's not fighting. Until you're actually, sparring in a martial arts class really isn't fighting either. Fuck you. Fuck you. Really? This is the one I was thinking of where they're bashing his head against the ground and shit. This was it. I gotta go from here. Come on. What the fuck? I just really? Fuck you. All right, hold on. Try again. Piece of shit. All right. I'll grab it from here. Jackass. Ah.
The DEI hire has punched him in the face 5 times in 3 seconds.
No! No, I know you're not
This cop right here, this old man cop, he's gonna drop the shotgun on the ground and then turn his back on the person running up to the scene.
You're hitting him! You're hitting him!
Look, his back is turned and she's only a few feet away from the firearm.
You're hitting him! Oh!
Instead of putting his hands on, he reaches over and shoots the guy in the leg with the taser as the woman beats the kid's face in. She's still punching him in the face over
What is
and
he?
over.
What is he doing that like is not under control yet? Is he not? What the fuck? What is that?
Over and over, DEI hire.
Get the fuck off of him! Back up now! Wait, fucking
Yeah, she's a woman.
What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
Why are cops roaming around with AR-15s? How many shootouts do
Right?
we see happening in this country? So few. So few.
You can't even.
Yeah, when they do have shootouts, they lose and are fucking disgraces. Like in that, was it Los Angeles, San Bernardino in 1980s? It's a textbook case that's referred to an awful lot in training and I think in law and stuff like that. But there was a robbery or something like that, and there was a shootout, and cops suck.
Get the fucking handcuffs on. Oh, and then you hit him? Wow. No, I'm recording you guys.
So are we.
Yeah.
The whole time.
And then you hit him? You got him bleeding? No, you didn't have to do all that bullshit.
They get up. The gun is still on the ground. He's turned his back on the gun.
And you can take his belongings, and I will be taking that. Thank you. No, I will take that belongings. Thank you. You fuck.
Look at the fucking stupidity. You dropped a gun in front of somebody who you don't know, and you turned your back on that person. The gun works the same.
So obviously they don't have any real fear of being in danger, do they? If they do something retarded like that. So where's the justification for doing what they did?
Me as it does for you. Anybody can pick it up and pull the trigger.
You hit him. No, I'm getting a video of
Yeah, it's not like the sword from Blade where if you grab it, the blade shoot out and your hand explodes into little pieces. No, it's just a shotgun.
his face.
Put DEI hire pigtail in the chat. That's a DEI hire pigtail. She can't get the guy's arm, so she punches him in the face.
Oh, you're hitting him. Oh.
The DEI hire has punched him in the face.
Grants Pass, Oregon. The only place you'll see this video is here. The police have successfully scrubbed it from the internet. I don't care what this kid did. Unless he actually ended another person, nobody should be treated like this. I think he was running from chemical charges. That's what I think happened here. How do I know that? Because Grants Pass police haven't come out with any statement. Nothing. It says war on drugs is a complete farce. Now watch the complete and total incompetence of these dirty pigs, clown pigs. These guys must be trained by the IDF, says this guy. Yep. Why would you put a picture of yourself looking like that, though? That's kind of weird. This is why the new taser gloves will be much more humane for handling criminals, though he probably doesn't deserve it. What? What? What do you mean by that? Sure, bro, they're going to use them humanely on criminals. Humanely and criminals, right? Anything is a criminal. If they don't like you, you're a criminal. This person says, you must be a special kind of dumb. You think giving these pigs another torture device will make things better? They actually have a dodo bird? That's cool. 20 million allocated for these stupid shock gloves when there are homeless vets and children being trafficked every day. I don't think they're trafficking homeless vets. You got to put commas in things. They could use that money for something that's actually going to help society. I don't know I'm not sure how much, if they're not veterans and they're just homeless, a lot of times those are kind of crazy people because they have all of the potential incentive out there, right? If you're a grifter of the system, there's plenty of things out there for your degenerate ass to live better than people who actually work for a living. So if you're still living in your own filth and shit and stench on Skid Row, that's a whole different type of crazy because you weren't doing it you weren't being lazy for the sake of being coddled by the system, ethnicity, related. You were just devoted to a life of disgustingness. And you might, maybe they do. Maybe they still burn through all of their handouts because of the drug problems or whatever. That's possible. He says, well, I'm not sure if you have a blind spot or if you understand what you just said. The taser gloves, so a cop can touch you and put you on the ground in it's writhing, not writhing. I don't know if he is voice speaking this or what. Writhing pain. Maybe you just don't see what you're saying. Stop abusing people. People don't need to be, well, electrocuted is not the right word. Shocked. Electrocution is death. When you're electrocuted, that means death. If you disagree with that, go talk to every single person in the electricians union who makes it very clear that people use the wrong terminology. Electrocution is final. Being shocked is completely different. Is America great yet? That's a good one. Yep, sure is. Let's see. Excuse me. Is that the purpose? Edward Snowman says, is that the purpose of Jesus Christ? To ensure no more heroes? Yes. That seems like a bad idea for a community. Exactly. There can be only one, and you're a blasphemous asshole if you try to rise up and fix anything. Gee, who does that work for? Does that work for the good of the people, or does that work for the evil to continue to dominate? Right? Because if you get too high and mighty and tell everybody that they all are God's children and they all have the ability and the purpose and the duty, the reason why they're here is to protect the innocent and be stewards of the land and of nature and fight back and push back and eliminate the evil that would destroy the creation. If you tell them that, and if you tell them that it even sounds like, if we can believe anything from that book of bullshit, it almost sounds like Jesus was telling you the same thing. Greater things than I shall you do. The kingdom of heaven is within. Isn't that basically like saying that which I feel in me, you have too, if you tap into it, and if you're not a Heilig, right? And if you don't sell it away or do something horrific to some children where you just lose that tether with the benevolent creator and never to have it again. So you have a duty and a purpose, and that purpose is to keep reason, accountability, and fairness in this world. Compassion, empathy, and innovation, right? Innovation. You want to continue to thrive and share the knowledge and the discoveries with all of mankind so that they can all rise up. And all the shitheads, well, if they're not contributing, they're not going to be part of it anyway. Because in a society not run by parasites, you don't empower the people who do everything to make the rest of the country weaker. That's not how you prioritize things. It's how you invert things. You reward the people who are benefiting others. You don't reward the people that are stealing away from others. So it's pretty obvious what's happening here and why. And it's not by accident. It's not because of misplaced virtues or misplaced feelings and emotions. It's because it's a deliberate act. Other people might have those because they've been scrambled in the brain by the media and the nonsense and the education and all the stuff that this society of theirs has poisoned us with. But it's very deliberate up on top of that mountain of shit that they live on. A turf jockey says, but the naked queers had a permit. All right. Right. They had a permit, so it's totally illegal to flap your dick around in front of children. We're wondering why they're not putting away pedophiles when they're, you can get a registered sex offender status for peeing outside or for public indecency and deliberate exposure. But somehow recently, you can jerk off at a beach and a woman will defend you when guys try to beat you up because you're jerking off in front of children. Because he's black, I guess. He's the downtrodden one. I'm not sure if that guy is going to be an RSO after that or not. Seems like he had an awful lot of people on his side. You know, he had a lot of support. So the very thing that you can be put in jail for or have a scarlet letter on you forever in any other situation, they have parades where they showcase it. And you're like, why would pedophilia be attacked by this judicial system when they allow sexual abuse of children simply by the public display of their degeneracy and perversion in front of children, and they celebrate it? Why are we waiting for them to do something? And Irva says, just rainbows. San Francisco is peak Judaized society. Yeah, Castro District. Monkey grip. Nice to see Leslie Jones' acting career went to shit. Now she's fighting teenagers over a shopping cart. In European societies, whoever wields the baby gets their way. Homo erectus are wildly successful wielding a baby in a European society for a living. Karen, thank you. Karen says, if you find benefit in Daniel's research and education, any support is appreciated. And we appreciate you, Karen. Thank you. And yeah, don't forget what she said either. These lights will start to flicker soon. Let's see. Come on. Scroll. There it goes. Hi, Karen. And let's see. Karen says, estrogen can gain and lose 7 pounds per hour. Just saying. Edward says, serious? And then Karen says, I'm an estrogen. You are an estrogen? We also have the special gift of exaggerating a tad, but 5 pounds in 24 hours is a thing. It's water weight, says Turf Jockey. And then Irvat says, living that Peggy Bundy lifestyle, eating bonbons. Super bonbon. Whoa, Bundy. That's funny. Come on, stop scrolling. Come this way. What the hell? It's doing the wrong one. Looks maxing, but I'd smack myself in the face with a hammer before class. Darn it. I didn't get today's syllabus right. Let's see. It looks like the gay version of Ozempic Peter Griffin. Irvada's just jealous, says Karen. Are you really licks maxing if you don't hit yourself in the face with a hammer? You're not. Yeah, you're not hard maxing. You're not. Your heart's not into it. Come on, go the extra mile. And Turf Jockey says, I've hit myself in the face with a wrench before. Unfortunately, it didn't make me more handsome. Was he under 4'9" and tall and also in a car seat though? Are you talking about Venezuela? Technique matters. Karen says, when there's a real shootout, you can almost bet it's between the alphabets. I'm sure the taser gloves are fine. What could possibly go wrong? I would like to see them forget that they're wearing them and take a piss. Edward Snowman says, if at first you don't succeed, then hit and scream and take out your frustration on the outside world to let it know you're unhappy with its performance. That's too much of that going on. Turf Jockey says, let's be quite honest here. The country could use a good douching. Diaper guy. Oh, let me read this since it kind of goes with the picture here, right? It's like, well, the people who, the impression is there's a bad and a good here, but how much of this side over here is even real? And are you following it into a mediocre success, meaning they still win, but it appears on the surface like there was a valiant effort? That's how they're heading us, right? It's like, oh, you got to exercise your frustration. Now get back in your cell. And it says hero or villain as the title. And I said, which one? Are you a hero or a villain? Do we have control over which we end up being in the eyes of the ones that should matter most? Can we put our own burden of stress and frustration aside and be the thing others need us to be, regardless of what we feel inside? And for how long? How long can a plant last with little sunlight, deprived nutrients, and just a trickle of water? There's an analogy here. And to many of you, that didn't require an explanation, unfortunately. Control over emotions is something we're expected to master in the face of the unhinged and irrational. The most venomous are the victims of their abuse of us somehow. Let me say that again. The most venomous are the victims of their abuse of us somehow. We survive on crumbs of kindness, and we don't need very much. So it's all the greater of injustices that we find ourselves starving. A little goes a long way. If you have a choice, be kind to others. You might be the only thing that was kind to them that whole day. We're the eye police, and we've received a report of the male gaze. It sure is a Looney Tunes Weimar Republic ruled nowadays, says Ervat. And then Karen says, everything is fine and people are nice in the original context. All right, now let's go back to, they want to stop him. Who is this? Nick Shirley is fake. This guy is a fraud. I knew that. See, these are fake people. They are occupying positions as public figures representing something that they're working against. And that occupies a position. So somebody who is honest and sincere and has true intent to do right by the people do not have that spot because the focus is taken away from them. The algorithm suppresses them and you get prepackaged Nick Shirleys. You get controlled op, assets, whatever you want to call these people. And he's never looked like that. So that's got to be a freaking AI rendering of him because he's an ugly, ugly little fucking turd. And he's the guy who brought us Jake Lang. Remember? He's the one that had the camera in the interview on him, walking around with Mr. I don't know if it's a plate carrier or just a vest. The Jew pretending to be a Christian who does stupid things with a pig's head and burns the Quran. He was all part of that whole theatrical performance where the black guy gets out and he's like, I'll stab you, stab you, stab you. And Nick just has no fear as he walks up to the black guy screaming that he's going to stab Jake Lang or some other person. He's like, puts the microphone in, the guy gives him a statement, basically. Like, I'm sure that was totally legitimate. Sure it was. Okay, so now that you're here, you go to this and you subscribe and you watch that video and you watch that video. And if you want that one. And then you go to Semper Fi and use code Paratas for 15% off. And let me just remind you, because this is freaking amazing. And I'll show you. Maybe I can do it. Hold on. I got to figure out how to do it. Let me pull something up here. Excuse me whilst I whip this out, as they say. There we go. First I gotta open it, and then I gotta go to... Does that go all the way? Nope, good, it's perfect. All right, let's go to... Take away the window capture, put on the display capture, and then go back to the picture, and then you should see it. Yep. All right, so this is my order summary from yesterday. Because I had to, because this is the cheapest I've ever seen the Fulvic Blend. So I use code BB5. I also got the core copper because it was like $19 and it's never that cheap either. So I use code BB5, and you have to use it when you get to like the final page. It says apply promo. A lot of times you'll be like, well, wait, hold on. It's giving me a total, but it hasn't let me put anything. You got to wait till like towards the end. And then the Azure Cash applied is what I wanted to show you. So the last time I made an order, which I think was only 2 items, it gave me a credit. So I got $1.37 addition off, even though I used the code, and it was 30% off in the first place before I used my code for the 2 items that I got. So right now it's like really, really good idea and a perfect time to get these things from Azure Standard from my link and using code BB5 for your maximum discount. And as it says on the bottom there, Azure Cash receiving. So these 2 items got me $1.11 for the next order, when I will still, again, be able to use my code BB5 and add those savings together. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I just wanted to share that so that people understand what I'm referring to when I say basically where the promo code is, because it'll say in blue here towards the end, it says apply promo or something like that, promo code, or I think it says something like that. And then that's when you type in the code. And then you might have to press a button to activate it or whatever. Then she'll show you the new price. And then if you've ordered from there before, you'll be able to apply your Azure Cash. It gives you an option to do that. And if you haven't ordered before, then you will receive it for your next order, and then you can apply it. So always look for that so you can apply it to every order, because you're always going to, even though I applied it to this order, I still got more from placing the order. It's another hidden discount, right? So it's pretty cool, I thought. And that's from going to this link right here. So it says, use code BB5 here for your 90 essential nutrients. It lists out what those 90 essential nutrients are. Azure Whole Food essential nutrients are whole food multivitamin, Alaskan cod liver oil, fulvic energy blend, IP6 Supreme. I also recommend adding the core copper. Use code BB5. You click this and bam. The whole food multivitamin. And look, they're still 30% off, but I don't know how long that's going to last. The Alaskan cod liver oil is $20.96 prior to using code BB5. The core copper, 30% off, $19.78. Keep scrolling, and here's where it gets really cool. 3 out of the 4 items for the 90 essential nutrients are 30% off right now. And one of those items that I like to add on is also 30% off, and that would be the core copper. Para punch. I guess that's parasite punch? Like punches parasites? Anyway. So, yeah. The fulvic energy blend on this Azure Standard side is usually $50.83. Right now it's $35.58 with the discount. And that lasts you 3 months and 10 days. And that's all of your minerals, the thing that I scream from the top of the mountain that everybody needs. And they'll feel way better if they have them, especially if you have this to go along with it, and the whole food multivitamin. The IP6 Supreme and inositol, the bioavailable, highly absorbable calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, strong bones, good heart, and all that stuff, blood pressure, and what else? The inositol. Help to balance your iron to copper ratios, more energy, less fatigue, happier mitochondria. That's what makes your ATP energy that your muscles and your body and every cell needs. The energy you feel, right? And that's all right there. The IP6 Supreme and inositol. Cheapest it's ever been that I've seen, 30% off. Cheapest it's ever been that I've seen, 30% off. Fulvic IP6. All right. And then, of course, Alaskan cod liver oil comes in 2 different sizes. Be careful to make sure you get the right one. If it says 2,400 milligrams, they're talking about taking 2 pills as a dose. They're 1,200 milligrams, I believe, each. And then there's one that says something like 1,200 milligrams, but that's because you're supposed to take like 3 of them. And that's actually a 415 milligram per soft gel. And that would be a smaller soft gel if you have children. And that one's also 30% off right now. $17 for that one. The slightly bigger ones are $20.96. Not slightly bigger, they're like 3 times as big. Quarter copper, biggity bam. And then, of course, the whole food multivitamin right there. Okay? All right. Now it would be a good time to stock up heavily while it's still super cheap. And use code BB5, goddammit. You will, because it saves you money. And let's see what Karen says here. Jake LARPing Jew Lang. Exactly, Irvat. Karen says, I know you're not gazing at me. Okay, you guys talk to each other. Remember code BB5 every time you order, says Karen. The IP6 also helps all forms of the C word. Yes. It gets cunts. It destroys cunts. I mean, cancer. One of those C words. Homicidal belongers belonging with opposite sex at gunpoint has worked out better for one sex than the other. We are done, I think, aren't we? Yeah, for now. Like I said, I might try to do a marathon tomorrow. I'm gonna get up butt early and try to be as productive as possible. I think I just got shunned and brushed off today because I sent a text regarding that whole thing with something I was working on, and nothing. That doesn't even look like the person even saw the message, but you can make it so that it doesn't look like it's been read. I learned that tricky trick just now. Triangles are just illusions. If you came away with nothing else, you should remember that triangles are lies. Have you ever seen one? Sure, you can draw one, but I mean, it's empty. Anyhow. And then I went in today to check on it, and they're like, oh, he's really busy doing a lot of work right now. I'm like, he's sitting in the office with his dad. Why don't you just tell me to fuck off if that's what you mean? If you just tell me to fuck off. Then I'll know not to waste my time thinking and planning in my head things to do, because I'm in my mind, I'm thinking I gotta do a couple things to prep for the thing, and now I'm thinking I just gotta go find a different place. I should own a place like that, though. That should be something that I have as a new business, I think. I have to incorporate hot sauce and nutritional advice and, of course, the 9 essential nutrients. And, of course, like fitness, like working out. I gotta make that into a thing somehow. I think the Semper Fi LLC name is a good one for this town, too, since we have a Marine Air Station. So I think it would go over pretty well if I had the startup buckaroos to at least have some sort of storefront with that name, Semper Fi. I think it would already attract a certain clientele, and then I could work from there. And if I had like supplements, and I had my own line of supplements, I had the hot sauce that I also make, like I think people would support that. I'd have to fill it with other things, so I got to figure out like maybe like retail clothing, like for like fitness, gym clothes and stuff like that, and maybe make some of my Fitwit stuff for it. I mean, all this is possible if you have starting capital. Like I didn't really need a whole lot of that when I first did the farmers markets, because I was already working at the electricians union as an apprentice. Still not getting paid enough, but I was paid a lot. I mean, I was paid enough. I was not paid a lot, but yeah, it was enough to fund me getting the business started. I had no furniture, and I was happy. I like open space. I think I started that business and created the website laying on my floor with the laptop that I had at the time, because there was no table to put it on. My one bedroom. And then from there I started making or grossing $30K a year at that store. So I mean, anything's possible, and I've done it before, and I've created 30 freaking products. It's like there's things that it's just so funny that I'm the one that's like, what am I going to do this month? How am I going to do this? Like, how did that happen? How did I go from like to this? Thank you, COVID. Appreciate that, you invisible unicorn fucker. It says, well, some of us didn't get started, hence some of us aren't done yet. Take that however you wish. And it says, could you open up your own gym or health center? Yeah, if I had cashish, you know how much it is to rent those things and have them. Like, yeah, usually people who own those places, either they can buy them, but they usually rent the equipment. And I don't know if I'd want a big whole place like that either. I think it'd be better to have like a store. People can grab the stuff that they want and need, and then go off to their gym. You know, I think that'd be better. I could sell the hot sauce there. I could make it like a store that has a bunch of my stuff that I make, and then themed my way, and then have other things. It doesn't have to be a big store either. It just has to be liked by the community. Semper Fi, yeah, I'm a Coast Guard. You know, that type of stuff like that. I think that would work, especially if I was close by the. I don't have to technically be close by the Marine Air Station, but it might help. A friend of mine has a nutrition shop right there. Maybe I should try to sell him my. No, that's kind of lame though. I don't know. Not hot sauce, but maybe some of my bulk supplements that I'm contemplating making in my head. We'll see. He said, Edward says, if we wanted to undo the fraudulent belongage, yeah. If we wanted to undo the fraudulent belongage, would women be okay with something where we don't lose as much privilege as them? Yeah, I don't think they would be. If anything ever gets balanced and fair, even though they cry equality, they would have to then concede to the fact that the whole time they were screaming equality, they what they meant was preferential treatment. You know, equality means they have a greater advantage than you. That makes them feel equal, because having to play by our rules makes them feel inadequate because they can't do it. That doesn't matter who we're talking about. Equality means making it really hard for you to be better than me. That's what equality is in their heads. It's like, I'm such, like, certain people just have nothing to contribute, so they have to burden everybody else with a bunch of obstacles and impossibilities so that they can appear to be somewhat on their level. And it still doesn't work, because then they just slip into a degeneracy and entitlement. So it doesn't really help. It's been proven that it doesn't help. Ideas like that have repercussions of sleeping on the couch. That's good or not. That was response. That was response to N-word. All right. that was good. All right, get some of these before they get off of the discounted prices here. I'm not sure how long that. I'm not in charge of that, so I don't know. Blood sugar support. I thought they were going to say sex magic. I was looking for the Red Hot Chili Peppers tie-in there. All right, good night. Support the show. Oh, Saxon, hold on. I got Saxon Ranger in here. Let me get to it. It says, Saxon Ranger says, I already figured they funded Borat and Dictator, but of course they want to push his faggotry too. Of course, yeah. And then a lot like National Socialism, what Gaddafi did. Yes, exactly. I've gone over all the people that we thought were told were evil were our natural allies against the evil. And that's all the more part of the dark mockery and shaming and what do you call it? Like rubbing our noses in it to make us be the ones that go out and kill those people. It's like, good, now you have less people that can support you in a war against us. Good job, dickheads. All right. Saxon Ranger said R.I.P. Exactly. Where is it? He's got some more in here, I think. Did I already get all of them? Well, hopefully you're still there, Saxon Ranger, so you saw that I noticed you. If not, then hopefully you'll see it later. I didn't go on this one because for whatever reason, the last couple episodes, there was like the poop that people can moderate and kick off on the other side doesn't go away here. So it's like, I gotta look at it and then get irritated, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Or not get irritated, just be like, really? All right, good night. Have a good one. Appreciate it. And if you can support the show, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link, but please, before anything else, get on the 90 Essential Nutrients and make it a life habit. Be consistent with it. Get healthy. And My forearms have gotten thicker, and it's not like that. My shoulders are getting more capped in the delts. My biceps have thickened, and this is all within a relatively short period of time. And the difference being not taking anything weird or crazy, just having creatine and a couple like L-arginine and taurine and L-citrulline every day, and taking the nutrients, the minerals. So I'm 46 and I'm putting muscle on. I might still have newbie gains in me for all I know. And I worked out like a mofo when I was in my 20s. I was 100 and just under 180 pounds. Right now I weigh 143. But I was over 100, like right around 180 pounds, 177, 178, give or take. And I was at the gym constantly, and I was massive. But I wasn't super lean. Well, maybe I was. I was younger, so everything looked better, right? So yeah, that was a time, and I was really big, and I felt very strong at the time for my perspective anyway. So I don't know if I have newbie gains anymore, but I feel like I do because I'm getting quite a difference in appearance. I can tell that I'm actually better shapely in some areas than I was back then, in my opinion. But I also train a lot harder. Like I don't maybe not train as long, but I train until arms fall off, can't hold anything anymore. Partial reps until there's just nothing left in me, and I think that's helped too. But having the nutrients, what your body needs to actually do all the stuff that you're asking it to do in the repair process or the protein synthesis, it makes a huge difference. And I don't think people need to be on all kinds of other crap unless they already did that crap and it screwed up their body permanently to where it's not doing the things that it's supposed to do when it does have the nutrients because it just can't do it anymore. Like if you didn't go through that, then I think there's a lot of potential here for people to not be discouraged. Because think about it. If they can be, people get plateaued and all this stuff, and then they talk about all this other stuff. Oh, then it's got to be your testosterone because everybody thinks they know what's going on. If they don't know that you need nutrients in order to function, and then they want your body to function at a higher level, how do they think that you're going to optimize the performance of your body without giving it the shit that it needs? I mean, this is a really big tie-in to fitness and weight training. Huge one. It could be. It's not. It like boggles my mind because it seems like common sense, but some people still won't even accept the fact that they need nutrients in their body. Like foods for calories. Like really? Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that makes me the what did I say I was? I'll tell you in a second. An unremarkable genius, because it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot to figure that out. I'm the unremarkable, exceptional at being unremarkable, I guess. All right, later. Good night.